Hey, what's up, you guys? We are super excited to announce our brand new official See the Thing Is podcast YouTube page.
That's right. We are moving off of Bridget Kelly's music YouTube page for our very own, where you can now watch the entire video of the See the Thing Is episode along with long form clips and maybe some more extra bonus things. So go on over now to the description of this episode and you will find the click to send you over to the new See the Thing Is page.
And make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, you share. Mandii and I are gonna be engaging a lot more on the YouTube page as well.
We are.
Just to get in the
meet us
comments.
over there, y'all.
Okay? We'll see y'all soon. And thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you catch every episode, the audio episodes, every Tuesday and Friday, and all of the videos every Wednesday and Saturday.
That's right. See you there, guys. Y'all knew we were starting this way this week.
Had to. Right.
When will they stop?
I believe that has brought us here.
This was the shit, though.
This song was fire. Together.
We should be together. Guess what?
No.
But we're not.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
I'm mad at, but I'm. Oh, is this?
This is a good karaoke
This
song.
is a great karaoke song.
But I try to say goodbye and I choke. Try to walk away, but I do stumble.
Wow. I stumble.
It's clear.
Shit.
I
Yes.
walk almost when you are not near.
Yeah, this was a good fucking record.
This
That
is,
song
you
was a
right,
great
this might be
song.
karaoke.
It's a good karaoke.
That's a
record,
great
Mandii.
karaoke
That's
song
a good
for you,
karaoke,
Queen.
Mandii.
By
You're
the way,
welcome.
you don't even
You're welcome.
You don't even know I tried to take Antoinette to karaoke.
And you didn't go?
So no,
No,
it wasn't
it wasn't my
karaoke night. It wasn't karaoke night.
Oh.
I
And
actually
then
tried-
she took me to karaoke. Was like, but bitch, don't sing. And I was like, okay.
That's always what happens. People are like, nah, you can't go. And I'm like,
Because
y'all
y'all
act
can-
like I'm gonna get up and fucking sing Whitney Houston. Like,
but
I'm
y'all
not.
can actually sing. It's not fair.
Yeah, but we don't get up and do the singing. So like,
karaoke is for those of us who did not sing at MSG with Jay-Z. Okay,
I
Wow.
never
Jesus.
did that. So
Wow,
I can,
okay.
I
But
am
you-
not
all right.
disqualified.
You have a whole album.
No,
You have a
I'm
whole
not
album.
You definitely have an album
You
on
have an
Spotify.
album, Antoinette.
All right, next topic.
By the way, guys, we have to give a round of applause. You guys hear that we are joined by yet again one of our favorite friends with benefits,
Thank you for having me.
We love you
Antoinette,
so much.
And she is coming with her monologues today.
wow,
The
monologues.
shade that she throws
It's
at
not
me.
monologues. First of all, my girl came in here in a full sweatsuit, looking mad cute. It's giving cute tomboy swag that what Mandii and I are always here for.
We are, even though the listeners be like, bitch, where the titty Tuesday at? And I be like, all right, we'll try. Like once a month,
in my
I'll bring the
t-shirt.
titties out, but
I'm
it's
pretty
also
sure
cold.
you can see them through everybody's little shirts. I'm pretty sure you can guess what's going on over here.
Yeah, it's a lot.
There's a lot of breasts.
There's a lot of
This
breasts.
podcast.
It's a lot of breasts.
So we are here today as the Beige Biracial Brigade.
Oh, no.
Shout out.
Biracial girls.
Oh no.
We got an honorable mention too. You want to tell them who you brought with you today, Mandii?
Oh yeah, I got Mama Tammy in the building. Hold on, let me give a round of applause to my mama.
Shout out Miss Tammy
Shout
one
out to
time
Miss
for the
Tammy.
one time. The
Shout out
God.
to Miss Tammy. Let me tell
The
y'all.
source.
Let me tell you first off, Mama, I love you, right? But I'm gonna just talk some shit just a little
Oh
bit.
God.
I'm gonna talk some shit.
Feel free to slap the taste out of her
to
at
not
any
only my
moment.
mama, but I'm actually gonna speak to all of you guys listening whose spirit and frontier have a chokehold on.
Jesus Christ.
Because my mama hit me like,
Well,
you
now
mean-
they're
hold
one.
on.
Now they're one airline.
Right, which
so
is
now
even more.
it's Fear It.
Which is
Fear It.
Oh my god.
which is
Fear It
And
Airlines.
you should
We fear it.
You should fear it.
You should fear it.
But do you know why you should fear it? Because my mom, with her innocence, hit me like, so do I get a carry-on and my purse? I said, Mom, and you get to drink water for free. I said,
my
they're not
God.
even
Like, are you getting on a flight?
So
or you going-
I thought she flew on that.
No, she
to come
normally
up
does,
here.
but I was like,
like,
Mom, I'm gonna
wait.
put you on Delta. Like, I only fly Delta, which is crazy because I literally was talking to my
She
homegirl,
was
right?
asking if she could bring her purse, and we going on a flight, not court.
Well, no. Here's
Or
the purse.
jail. Or
She
jail.
going in to go visit
She
somebody.
go, can I bring my purse and my water?
I need to take my nose ring out.
No, literally. So, but what's crazy too about Delta, I was talking to my homegirl because y'all know they canceled my flight last week to Cleveland, so I
God
wasn't able to go
canceled
for
your
All
flight,
Star.
Mandii.
God did, the universe. But but my homegirl was like, bitch, you couldn't have found another flight. I said, if Delta said it wasn't safe to fly, bitch, it wasn't safe to fly.
Facts.
I trust them because they are number one in the sky.
Facts.
This is not an ad, but I was like, bro, I'm not flying nothing else.
But it could be Delta if y'all feel like
it really could be
cutting a check because
and I'm platinum.
we are some gold, platinum, diamond medallion members on this couch right here. So
you feel me?
Holla back.
But yeah, I was like, bro, I'm not getting on any other flight. But also, direct only. You think I'm gonna?
That was the bougie shit. That I read that and was like, you can't. I was like, even if you're on Delta One, like you can't move over to another plane. You can't be like, whoop.
Well, here's the thing. Look
at your face too. Y'all are so my rich friends. Okay.
Listen, ain't nobody
Asante as well. Only direct.
Only direct. Oh, well,
wow.
By the way,
Black History Month.
now, and mind you, me and Asante flew Delta to DC, and he was like, "You doing comforter first class?" Because even though it's a 45-minute flight,
I feel you.
Are we doing main cabin? No,
I feel you.
Something to aspire to.
Because the layover life is just not for me.
Me neither. Do you think?
But long flights, you have to.
No, you could go straight to LA. You could go straight to London.
I'm not talking about y'all some birds. Not LA. I'm talking about like if you go to Bali or somewhere, like you have to.
Well,
you know, like of course, right?
But that's not really.
Not this bitch talking. I'm talking about Cleveland. She's like, but if you go halfway across the world, you have to.
You know what it is? Because when I get on a flight, I'm not trying to go anywhere in the U.S. I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here. So I'm like, give me all the layovers. I don't care as long as I'm out of here. But I get it. Okay.
Yeah, nah.
If I was in the U.S.,
I missed my connection once. It was in Europe, and I had a 10-hour layover in Heathrow, which was. I mean, if you've ever been to Heathrow, it's fun. Yep. It's fun as shit. You go shopping, get a massage.
You could do a lot in there.
You could do a lot in Heathrow.
And they have the benches
in London, it's
so you
fire.
can sleep.
Yeah, they got little pods.
Food is terrible.
When you're in the lounges, there's little pods you can take a nap in. Air France is like that too. I like it's a good time.
See, yeah,
it's a good time. I mean, come on, man. You've been to
Singapore.
You've been to a lot of places.
I lived in Singapore. Yeah. That didn't count. Now that I had 2 layovers, bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
I had 2 layovers. I had a layover in Atlanta, and then I had a layover in Tokyo.
All right. Well, Atlanta's stupid. That's just a dumbass layover.
It literally took me 24 hours.
I'm not laying over in
flight
Atlanta
time
either.
to get to Singapore.
Oh,
which was insane.
I mean, I had a layover going to Nigeria. My first time, I had a layover in Paris.
Oh wait, I did have a layover going to Nigeria too.
Yeah, I had a layover in Paris. Yeah, that was. They
gotta fix that because there should be. They are though. They're getting more direct flights.
A lot of airlines now go direct from JFK to Lagos.
Yeah.
But it's still that's a 10 and a half hour flight.
Direct. Yeah, that was crazy. How was your weekend? Because I spent my weekend with Antoinette, and then she threatened that I killed her, so she didn't go out with me for the rest of the weekend.
Oh, on Friday night.
I was struggling. I really was. I am so old, but I want to hear about it. We had ribs, and I was like, I don't really, but this is delicious. I have 3 ribs.
I was drunk when I got home.
I mean,
I felt drunk, and I had a cider.
We were drunk.
I was drunk when
you
I got
had a
home.
cider, but you forgot we took pickleback shots at the other bar. We had drinks at the other bar. I had half an edible.
You had an edible?
Oh, yeah. I tried.
I had no idea.
That's why I fell asleep. We fell asleep on the couch
Girl,
together.
I woke up and she was her head was just
on your bosom,
laying on me
nestled.
so sweetly, and I was like, "This poor baby." I said, "I feel like she needs comfort. I'm gonna stay put." I was so uncomfortable, but I was like, "I'm not gonna move." Because she needs me here, but my back was screaming. I was like, "Girl, Mandii, little short ass, was laid out on the whole couch," and I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" And then Bodie was just like, "Rah!" all morning. She woke up and playing Candy Crush. She was like, "Why are you awake?" I was like, "Oh, nothing. Everything's fine." She said, "Do you need a blanket, a pillow?" I was like, "No." I wanted to be like, "Yes."
Too late for that.
No, wait.
Too late for that.
Wait. This bitch was laying with her jacket as her blanket.
I had my whole coat draped over me like
Antoinette.
I was struggling. I really was. But I was going to be there for you.
She was there for me.
I held
Mind
her.
you, I'm back
cradled
single.
her.
So bitch, we had pork at night and pork in the morning. I said, fuck that Muslim, never again.
I was like, not more pork. It's like, too much pork.
I said, I ain't had pork in a long time.
We don't need to clog the arteries in spite of. We could ease back on that.
The next day I was struggling though. I really was.
You were.
Damn.
I'm just.
Oh wait, we also took shots of tequila at the house too. Look, she said I only had a cider. She forgot about all the liquor she
bad
drank.
Influence because I don't.
No,
I
you
drink
just
some
can't.
water.
Mandii drinks for breakfast. You have to be mindful.
I cannot
you
do
have
that.
To be
You
mindful.
need milk thistle.
You have to be mindful.
You do. You don't know milk thistle? You better go to your neighborhood I don't know.
You sound like an
apothecary or something.
Yeah, no.
Milk thistle will get your liver right, and get your kidneys right.
Oh, let's
You'll
get
never
some
be
milk thistle.
hungover.
Yeah,
Let's do
we're gonna
that.
have to do that. Yeah, because Mandii has a different tolerance. Like Mandii can
Yeah.
still drink like she's 25.
And I don't drink.
I cannot.
I drink socially, so
I
I drink
cannot.
like twice a month.
Yeah, by the time I link with Mandii, she's 3 drinks in. So I can't.
All right.
And I gotta
All
keep.
right.
I gotta keep. I just know I gotta keep my pace. Like I just gotta keep my pace. I know. I know who
You
I
just
am.
gotta drink water in between. That's it.
I just know my
I be
truth.
telling y'all, and stay away from the sugar.
Yeah.
If you do
The mixed
if you do
drinks will
club
fuck you
soda,
up.
you good. Or pickle juice. Pickle juice, actually, you know that vinegar.
You know me. I'm not mixed.
I love a
you see
pickle
me.
juice.
I'm
I love
like
a
a whiskey
pickleback.
neat,
But
please.
we'll do that after the show. When we go back to the house, we'll do pickleback shots.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to eat something too though, because my stomach is all fucked up. It's my monthly, and I got attacked yesterday. I had a hangover yesterday, and excuse me, and then cramps.
Synced up, queen.
Yes,
If
synced
y'all,
up,
I'm
psychos.
telling y'all,
you coming next?
If y'all bust my period on early, I'm gonna fuck y'all up.
Oh my god.
y'all, your period should come early. You got a lot of we got a lot of traveling activity.
But
in a couple
yeah, I'm
weeks.
trying to be active.
Yeah, well, not here. Get your period while you home, sis.
What you mean?
Get your period while you here, so when we traveling, you could be outside.
I'm traveling.
I know that's what
I
I'm
would like
saying.
God
me?
to interfere.
Okay.
I'm like, oh my
Wow.
God. You know what?
Step
I ain't,
in and
I ain't
keep
even
you-
gonna
I don't.
hold you. If it interferes
I am not
this
gonna
time,
be no cock blocking. That's
It's
not
okay.
me. I'm not
It's
a cock
okay.
blocker. I'm
Oh,
gonna let Macy
professional
drive.
cock
nope,
blocker.
I'm gonna just go ahead
Professional.
and.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh no.
I'll be like, no, don't do it. Reconsider.
Damn. Antoinette is a goalie out here. Damn,
I
bro.
am.
Damn.
Like, do you
Goaltending.
really want to do this? Is it gonna fill
Man,
you?
fuck that. I'll act like I'm 21 and put a goddamn makeup
Not is it
sponge
gonna
up there.
fill you, because Mandii is always gonna
Shit.
tell you hell yeah in my nostrils, in
But
my
we not
ears.
getting to what you did, because that's,
Yeah,
that's a
what
very
did you do?
exciting
Let's
thing.
talk about you, Bridget.
So I got back in the studio this weekend.
Hold on, round of
I got back in the studio this
applause.
weekend.
Round of applause. Let me see that ass clap.
Yeah, I got back in the studio this weekend. Which
How was that?
I overthink everything, especially when it comes to being creative, and I haven't heard my voice on a microphone over music in a long time.
I could
and
play
it's-
some music and beats and you could sing it.
I could. That's we gonna get a Santé mic though if we start doing that. But I mean, the session wasn't for me. I'm not gonna tell you who it was with, because I'm gonna keep it confidential. But
Go ahead, NDA.
it was with another. It was another R&B, a male R&B artist that I was working with, and it was great. It was really great. I was surprised at myself at how comfortable I was in the space. Like the muscle memory was just like automatic, and
It's
I
like
haven't
riding a bike.
kind of, but I haven't felt like that in a really long time. Like I haven't felt like that in a
What was
really
the
long
feeling,
time.
though?
What was the feeling? The feeling I'm used to having is just anxiety about overthinking the whole process. Like going in, and usually there's like, we have the icebreaker conversation, and then we talk about a concept or we vibe over. It was really just like, okay, the music is already playing and we got the mic right here. So we're just gonna bounce melodies back and forth. We're just gonna see what sticks and just gonna
Enjoyed
figure
the
something
process.
out. And I enjoyed it because there was no window of time for me to really get caught up in like overthinking any of it. I just had to like dive right in, right? Which was great, which was really great. And I think, something that, we talked about, Mandii and I talked about imposter syndrome last week. And something that's always been like a fear of mine is just like not performing well, right? Like not meeting my own standard, my own expectation about what I'm supposed to sound like, or whatever words I'm choosing. Are they cool, or do they sound corny, or are they too mushy, or is it goofy? Like I'm always thinking about what the shit is in the middle of it. Like I've forgotten how to just show up and just execute. You know what I mean?
Honest.
And just be honest but without really like criticizing myself in the midst of that moment, right? And I did. I mean, I felt I'm usually paralyzed by that fear. I'm usually like, I can't handle this. Maybe I just won't go. You know what I mean? I've canceled so many sessions in the last maybe. I'll say, I mean, we got 2 years of pandemic.
I was about to say, bitch, you was blaming COVID.
A year before. No, I mean, it was prior to COVID. It was probably like maybe the year, a little bit, the year before, like maybe 6 to 8 months before COVID. I was really like, okay, my EP did not get the response that I was hoping that it would. Everybody that was like, oh my God, new music was not hype about the new music. My shows weren't selling out. Like it just wasn't, all of the excitement around it for me that I had when I released an EP in 2019 kind of died down by the beginning of 2020. And so I was kind of like, all right, well, my last show, I had 2 shows in literally 2 years ago this past weekend, which was like Valentine's Day. It was All-Star Weekend 2 years ago. But I definitely, we got a whole light show going on.
Right.
Definitely had had shows and then felt like I was gearing up to have a really successful year musically, and then it didn't happen obviously because of COVID. So I think I bought equipment and I was like, well, maybe I'll just record in my house. And then I was like, no, because I love being around other people. I like working with other people. I like bonding with other people when I'm creative.
Collaborating.
Yeah, I love collaborating. I love co-writing. You know what I mean? And I don't know how many artists like co-writing. Some people do, some people don't. But I love to co-write. I love how conversational music is when you are in with somebody else. But I did want to ask y'all if there are fears that you have, or if there's something that you struggle with that people say, that people kind of not dismiss, but don't really take seriously. Like, people always look at me like I'm crazy when I'm like, yeah, like I have anxiety around creating now. Like I have anxiety around whether or not it's going to be good, or if I'm going to sound good, and people are like, bitch, you could sing. What do you mean? You have a Grammy for writing. And it's like, yeah, but not every note is a fucking Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey note. And not every fucking song is, as big as an Adele record. So in my mind, it's like, if it's not, I almost like talk myself out of my own shit, because I'm thinking to myself, well, if it's not that, then I just can't do it. Is there anything y'all feel like that about? Like, will you feel afraid?
I mean,
or things that are like paralyzing for you, that people look at you like, huh?
I mean, I told you in therapy, like, I live in fear. So I live in 3 fears. So
what are your 3 fears?
The fears that I have to grow out of being in is my weight, is one. So the fear of gaining weight back, which is crazy because when I lost all the weight, people were like, oh my God, you look sick. And then now in the last year, I've gained weight back and they're like, oh, bitch, didn't you have the sleeve? You're fucking fat again. So I read the comments. So it's my weight. It's going back being broke. So which is probably why I work so much.
Yeah.
And the fear of also having to go back to corporate. So not succeeding as an entrepreneur, not succeeding in the businesses that I've created for myself. And so those are the 3 things that constantly drive me are, unfortunately, weight, money, and success.
I think for me, there's multiple things. I don't know if I could name them right now, but I feel like a conversation that I've been having with myself is mostly like, I have to define what the success looks like for me. And so even we were talking about like the Roots picnic and like the names on the podcast.
Hold on, by the way, let me give a round of applause once again.
Flowers.
No.
Flowers.
We'll hand some flowers out.
Because
that was not
that flyer dropped and I'm like, around the way, girls. I said, not me being able to share this experience with people that I actually love, like my friends. I was so excited. I hit you right up. I hit her as soon as the flyer dropped.
Like, oh, is it out?
She didn't even know.
No, I did, because they were like, they didn't even send it to us. But
I didn't even know.
They were like, who?
Bitch, I found it because the Roots Picnic app.
Shout out to Philly organization.
Shout out to Philly. Shout out to Questlove. I had to hit my agent and he didn't know that the flyer dropped.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, right.
It's tricky. They need a producer over there. But the thing about it is, like, even with that, I looked at the names and was like, oh. But then I had to sit back and be like, when we were talking about it, and I said, I understand where we are. Like, we don't get the same amount of downloads as everyone else, but the content is there.
Yeah.
Our tribe is there.
Yeah.
So to me, that's what I have to focus on, and being honest in the space that I'm at, and showing up as who I am, and because my partner on Around the Curl, Shanti, always says to me, "What is this all for? You get the thing, and then what? You get it, and then what? And then what? Well, how do you feel? What's going on?" And I felt
that way too.
Yeah, like I can't focus. I can't focus on, like, of course I have to set goals for myself, but my goals are starting to look like, how do you feel? Are you being your authentic self? Bridget, if you never go gold or whatever the case is, but you continue to do your art and make your art in the way that makes sense to you and the way that you're supposed to give, it doesn't, like, you're succeeding. There's so many people who don't even do it at all. But Antoinette, last time I sang for people, it makes me so sad.
I mean, you could have sang for me this weekend.
All right.
But it said she wanted to read to me.
But the fact that you're back in the studio, it makes me so happy, because I'm like, when you are an artist and it's in you and then you abandon it, there's a part of you that dies inside.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, it doesn't have to be how you make it doesn't have to be your living.
Oh, well, listen,
I've
never made real money in music. I've made more money doing everything else except music.
And you sound like all of the artists now, saying the same thing.
But which is heartbreaking, right? Because as artists, we're treated in such a way that makes us feel like we are disposable. And so, you know, my career started at a time when there was still that really precious gap between your public persona as an artist and your personal life and the things that you held sacred and dear, right? And I kind of was groomed under that veil, and then when it was time for me to actually execute, that wasn't the landscape anymore. The landscape was then social media and overexposure, and you got to post everything, you got to share everything, you got to tag everybody, it was this constant, like, now you got to constantly be on, you got to constantly be plugged in.
That's not the art.
And for me, it had nothing to do with the art, right? There was more emphasis in my career and when I first started on everything else except the music. Mm-hmm. Everything else was the focal point. And I look back now and I think, damn, I really wish that I would have had not even just a mentor, but even like an industry professional to like pull me to the side and be like, yo, the rest of this shit doesn't fucking matter. None of this shit fucking matters. None of it. In a year's time, nobody's going to give a fuck what outfit you posted. Nobody's going to give a fuck whose live you appeared on Instagram. Like, no one's going to care. Where is the music? Mm-hmm. And it's whack to me now because now I cross paths with people, which is also why I was like, okay, God in the universe is directing me, is purposely like course correcting me with trying to like get me back into the music space. And now I run into people that are like, well, where's the music? Like, and shout out to Clark Kent, because for those of y'all who don't know who DJ Clark Kent is, you should do your Googles, do your homework. Clark Kent is a legendary pioneer. He's a part of the originals. I don't know if anybody that's like super into hip hop. Either way, every time I see him, or he'll call me, he'll hit me up once every couple months and be like, hey, where's the music? And I'm like, yo, we just inked this deal, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, that's cool, BK, but where the fuck is the music, bro?
And the music is on there, y'all.
Like, where is the music?
Hey,
it is.
Yes.
So I just have to keep reminding myself that it still really is just about the music. And that to me is like, that was never, I'm still having to like pull myself out of well, I don't have enough followers on Instagram. I'm not popping on YouTube. I'm not.
It's a constant practice.
It's a constant practice.
But fuck being popping. Just do what makes your heart feel full.
Yeah, but figuring out what that is without implementing any of that other shit is the part that's hard too, right?
But also, how does your heart feel full if you're making these goals for yourself and when you reach them, it doesn't make you feel
It depends
anyway.
how you define your goals. That's the thing, is that if your goals are all about how people respond to what you put out, it's going to get real tricky for you real quick. If your goal is like, I want to put forth a body of work that I feel proud about, that tells my story or that tells someone else's story, whatever that is. I hate to bring her up because I bring her up a lot, but like Jasmine didn't do, like, her albums are great, but it was when she was like, I really want to tell these stories.
Mm-hmm. Jasmine who, for the people listening?
Sullivan. But regardless if I knew her or not,
right.
This is her most honest piece of work, and that's why she's getting the accolades that she's getting, because she was like, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not going to try to be all these other things. I just want to speak for women and tell their stories. And look what happened.
Right.
But we was busting windows out of cars too.
We sure the fuck was.
That was a true story.
We were definitely not scared of lions, tigers, or bears. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, of course, if you grew up in New York, bitch, look at these rats. I wouldn't be scared of them animals either. These rats is big as shit here. Also, I'd be scared of just the people on the train. Like here, you just kind of gotta, like, I'll be walking.
It's a little scary.
I'll be scared of shadows in New York.
I got pepper spray on my keys now. I got pepper spray on my keys.
But I really
hope
you keep singing.
Yeah, I think I need to not think about it. I just need to not think about it and just show up, which, you know, and I'm grateful because, you know, the person
get lost in it.
Yeah, the producer is somebody that is near and dear. That's a friend of Mandii and I's, and I appreciate him so greatly because he created the space for me to just be like, all right, I'm gonna just pull up and just sing. If it's great, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Just go for it.
I love that for you.
So trying to stay on that path, guys.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take a break.
All right, guys. Let's talk about how much of our lives revolve around relationships, especially with significant others.
Oh, you mean like me? If you are like me and break up with your man and get right back with him and then break up again, Talkspace may be for you.
That's right. Talkspace is a great resource for relationship issues, especially when you don't know what the problem is. And for those of us that have had some social issues in the last couple of years because of the pandemic, there's been so much pressure to get things right, and we don't always have the answers. So Talkspace is a really great resource for any questions that you have about how to navigate life in your interpersonal relationships.
And that's the thing. Your struggles and challenges may be unique, but it is time to talk to someone who understands that. No relationship is perfect. Y'all know I know that.
Me
I know
too,
that
sis.
all too well. But with the right tools and insight, your relationship can get stronger every day.
So join Talkspace today and start the journey to a happier and healthier relationship with everyone in your life.
Just visit Talkspace.com and get $100 off your first month when you use promo code See the Thing Is at sign up. That's $100 off at Talkspace.com. Promo code See the Thing Is.
Now let's get back to the show.
Oh, this is
All right,
like
y'all.
a theme thing.
We back. Hey, by the way, I'm gonna test out another transition song.
Yeah.
I'm gonna test out the other transition song.
Okay.
But y'all, we gonna get into it now.
Okay.
I love how we started, guys.
I know, so deep, so serious, so soon.
Hey,
Because I'm like, please keep singing.
you beautiful. You so beautiful
Thank you.
with your beige ass. What? We're all beige.
I
we can
was
say
about
that,
to
right?
Mandii.
What?
Amanda.
Mandii. Amanda.
Oh damn! When y'all say Amanda, I know I'm in trouble.
I'm looking like
Amanda.
I mean,
that's a shit.
who's the darkest? Not us.
You
Oh,
are.
me? Yes. Give me my melanin right here.
Yeah, you got it in Aruba,
Asante,
bitch, a
you
couple
good
weeks
over
ago.
there?
Yeah, I'm like,
She was in Aruba
a couple weeks
I was
ago.
in Aruba 2 months ago.
It
Calm
was
down.
not 2 months ago, man.
It was the first week of January. January 4th through 7th. I know because I got arrested.
So it was
2 days later.
So it was 5.5 weeks ago.
I know I'm lacking, so I'll just shut up.
That's fine. I'll be in Mexico next week. I'm not
Okay.
worried about it. So
All right,
I'm
well,
gonna
then
come
we're
back.
not going to do the melanin check next week. Anyways, let's go ahead and start with the weekend that I missed out on. I just
You didn't miss
spent it at
anything.
home. But apparently I didn't miss anything.
You missed nothing.
By the way, guys, before we start, this is not a sports podcast. So everything that you hear,
Do people
may or
come
may
for
not
y'all
be-
about talking about
I mean, we
sports?
be getting some facts
okay.
wrong. She thought,
I thought
Odell
Odell was from LA and it was Louisiana, LA, not Los Angeles.
and then Tracy
that was a
McGrady
stupid
scored
ass
his 18
mistake.
points in 13 seconds in Houston, not Orlando, and I got, dragged
Everybody
over there.
will be okay.
I mean, which is crazy because speaking of sports too, we're literally at the bar and this bitch is pulling up Tracy McGrady and Allen Iverson's Triller versus.
My baby.
Oh my God.
Yep. What you looking for?
My tea.
Oh,
Oh. They
not her bringing tea to the pod.
I want them to stop letting these young men into the NBA without college degrees because the speaking and reading levels
It was hard. It was hard. I ain't even gonna hold you.
are painful.
I have to say I noticed that.
Did you?
I was
it was
like,
bad?
are we struggling to complete these sentences?
Oh shit.
What the fuck is happening? Y'all
However-
are some grown ass men.
No, to be fair, Derrick Rose used to not know how to form a full sentence, and I know that. So I used to actually,
And I know that.
I know that because actually I was credentialed media with the Orlando Magic. One of the first interviews that I got was
And I
Coach
know that.
Tibbs. What was Coach Tibbs, Thibodeau, when he was the coach over at the Chicago Bulls.
Okay.
And this is when Derrick Rose is there.
Okay.
Derrick Rose in post-game conference, it was like pulling teeth to get a full sentence out of him. And if you guys look back at any of Derrick Rose's like first interviews, I'm convinced he had a speech therapist during his
Good
career.
for him. Then.
That's great.
Maybe that's what they need instead of Brittany Renner showing up in the locker room to teach them how to deal with women. Maybe they should all get speech therapists.
I think they need both.
I think
No,
they do. I was going to say let's not discount one.
But you know what, too? It must be terrifying. Because how old are these? They're kids.
They're not kids. They're
No, they're
19
not.
and 20.
So, that's still, and you got
They're-
all this money, and,
and
you
some
got all
of them
these
are
cameras
22.
in your face.
Yeah, but that's also because they're not making these kids go through college.
No, they got to do at least 1 year.
That's not go through college.
You're right.
But also, let's be honest about
college-
how athletes actually have to perform academically. Not
They only worried about how they perform in the bedroom, baby.
College really isn't. It's life skills.
That's it.
Because college doesn't
Life
necessarily.
skills. The women do their homework.
No. I'm talking about not college isn't for everyone, right?
No,
I mean, Jesus was a carpenter. Trade is a thing.
Trade is a thing.
But
Jesus was a carpenter? Oh.
Wow, we're not.
That
we're
wasn't
just
like a
not-
rap?
We're not. Please don't take it any further. Don't take it any further. Do not take it any further.
I'm
'cause-
surprised she didn't say Jesus. Like what?
Nah.
Who is that?
She, but
Wait,
no.
what if he,
Girl,
what if he
please,
built
please,
a-
going.
please
Keep
don't.
going. Just
Yeah.
keep going.
Don't give Mandii
No,
no room.
Not you talking about Derrick Rose cutting for a sentence that be like, Jesus
I know
was
that.
a carpenter? For real, girl?
Don't give her any
All
opportunity
right.
to link Jesus with wood, please, God. So,
Oh my God.
gonna be not because I know my sis. I know my good sis.
hell
We not gonna let it
upon us.
happen. We gonna rebuke that in
This
the name.
is actually hell.
Bridget said he had morning wood. That's
we
what you
gonna
just
rebuke.
said.
We gonna. That's not at all what I said.
You just brought up wood and Jesus.
I'm gonna plead
No.
the blood over your life, Mandii. That's what I'm gonna do. The blood of the lamb. So
Hey, I'm drinking the blood of
I will
Christ right
say
here.
no. That is oh God, Mandii. No, this is what Jesus turned water into.
Cabernet Sauvignon. All right,
Oh my God.
All right, my bad. All right, let's go
Mandii
back
would have
to-
got kicked out of the Last Supper. Like, no, bitch, get your things, collect your things,
No, I
go
would've told- I
outside.
told you-
Mandii gonna be that person when she finally gets to heaven, they gonna be like, get out.
Right.
She gonna ask one
Nope.
question, they gonna be like, get out.
She
We
gonna walk,
tried.
they gonna hear her in line outside the gate and be like, nope,
No.
I know that voice.
She like,
She ain't
oh, is
getting
it
in.
gray sweatpants in here? Get out. Get out.
Oh, I smell Creed. I smell Creed. Somebody in here got Creed on.
Well, they got
Like,
money.
Get out.
All right, let me stop. Okay.
no,
All
but
right,
I will
go.
say I listened. Carl Anthony Towns was speaking to one of the young
He's
women.
so wonderful.
And the way he speaks is just so articulate and expressive. And I just thought to myself, why is it that so many people struggle with that level of just basic communication?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe his mom may have been a teacher.
Okay.
I do also want to say
All right.
condolences to him.
Yeah.
So he lost both parents
Yep.
with
COVID.
by
His
COVID.
dad died as
Both.
well?
Both. I believe he lost both.
Let me double check.
yeah.
I know
Can we
his.
double
I know
check
his.
that?
I know
Can we
his.
double-
I know
I
his
know his mom
mother.
passed.
His mother
Thinking-
Can we
I
passed.
double
think
check
his
that?
daddy is alive. Don't kill his
No,
dad.
someone else passed though from his family.
Grandmom?
Oh, it could. Could you look up Carl? Spelled with a K. Carl. Look at him. We know Asante don't watch sports. Carl Anthony Towns' parents.
That's so sad if that. Oh, God.
Is it just go down? Oh, okay. So it might just be the mom.
Oh no, we're
thank
not
God.
killing
All
him.
right.
Okay.
Not his dad, too.
No, I believe it's just
Yeah,
the mom.
no.
But so normally they're not allowed to wear jewelry. And they allowed him to wear a necklace, which is also amazing because he did end up winning the 3-point contest, if I'm not mistaken.
Which is wild.
because he's a big man.
Yeah.
So
it's
he's the first
strange.
one, which by the way, a lot of people won money for having him. Look, you won money?
Go ahead, Rob.
Go ahead, Rob. Shout out to you. But a lot of people voted. He was like the underdog for Vegas to win because he's a big man. He's like fucking 7 feet tall, and he won the 3-point contest.
Who
And like,
played it? Because I didn't get to see that. Was
I didn't
Joel
watch
out
it
there?
either.
Because Joel
Embiid?
could have won it.
Joel Embiid? No.
I don't believe so. The
could've
skills challenge was. Here's the thing. Everything to me was lackluster.
All of it. Also, I hate the fact that it's Team Durant and Team LeBron now, and
Why?
not
It's
the
been like
East.
that for a while.
I know. I don't like it.
You like East versus
I liked
West?
East versus West. I did because then it's like
I
it's-
think they stopped that though, because for so long the East was so trash.
But not only that, bitch, I think it's because too they started building all these super teams. So you had so many of the all stars on one team.
I
Right,
like
but
the
you
drafting
have two
of it,
but you
though.
have two superstar players picking their teams. So it's like
But
it's
I like
still,
that. I like
like it.
seeing them pick their team.
Because I love that
seeing
James Harden was picked last. That shit was
Yeah, like
comedy.
I loved. That was so funny.
That shit was funny. Do you know what Durant reminded me of? The pettiness, and we saw it of KG.
Well, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett.
Still don't fuck with Ray Allen.
I love him. I love Kevin Garnett so much.
First of all, he doesn't age. Kevin Garnett looks exactly the same as he did in like
But he's
1999.
just a real one.
He looks
you
like
just
the
know what
same
you
as he did
getting.
in Space Jam. He was in Space Jam, right? I believe he was in Space Jam.
Was he?
He was in the original Space Jam. Was Kevin Garnett in the original Space Jam? Look at me. I have Asante working today. I believe he was. I really liked Kevin because
Not Kevin Hart.
that was when he was on the
Not-
Timberwolves.
Oh, all right.
That's when I really, really liked him. Type up Space Jam. Yeah, I think he was in
Shout
there.
out to him.
Yeah, no, he was in the sequel. He was. I don't remember him being in the
Okay,
first one.
maybe I'm lying.
But either way, I
could be lying.
Kevin, everybody was clapping. Also, the halftime show was not a halftime show. It was like they literally had the 75. It was like they had the 75 players that they were honoring just all line up in the middle of the.
I like seeing them shuffle.
I mean, I did too, but we needed some seats because a lot of those men are
shuffle.
A lot of them are 70 plus, and y'all had these men standing up there for 75.
Baby, they was shuffling. Them little feet was like they was gonna get out.
They were old. A lot of them were old,
and
we needed some chairs. We needed some chairs for them. Y'all had them standing up for all 75 names to be called, and they called Ray Allen's name. Everybody was clapping except KG, and so
I was here for the pettiness of Cleveland. How they were just booing the hell.
They booed everybody. Yeah,
they were booing.
They booed James Harden when they announced his name.
Everyone
they were
booing
booing Curry. They were booing Steph, and I was cracking up, and he lit their asses up. It's like, yo, this is amazing.
Sure did.
I mean, y'all know, if anything, I'm like a fan of Petty. So while I didn't like all the boos, I liked KeKe.
Sorry, I'm listening.
Now you sound like my mama. Now you sound like, I told my mama this is going to be a 2-hour pod. She said no. Not
Mandy's like,
talking.
yeah, I mean, we be talking. She's like, no, not you guys.
That's amazing.
Yes, she knows her daughter.
Also, I do want to say we had a long conversation regarding the Super Bowl halftime performance, and we got a performance during the skills challenge on Saturday, and it was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
Was it? Let's listen. Let us decide.
So can you go to the skills challenge halftime show? It was Khaled. So Khaled brought out everyone that has worked with him ever, including Lil Baby, including Lil Wayne, including Mary J. Blige.
So both halftime shows were just bringing 75 people out into the middle of the court.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got you.
Pretty much. There was also not a very good response from it.
It wasn't good.
It was not, like, my ears hurt. My ears hurt.
He was just yelling.
That's it.
What is this Sister Act 2 chorus they got in the background?
I hate you.
Come and join the chorus. The mighty, mighty cup. That's what's happening. You don't see the hand? Look at it. For Lil Baby.
I didn't even notice they had a chorus for Lil Baby. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Did you peep how he when he intro Lil Wayne, he was like the best rapper alive? And I get that that's what Wayne says, but I was like, hated it. I think that's when I was like, no.
I mean, to me, he was like when I was in middle school.
But he didn't say was.
During the Carter? He didn't say.
It was like, it
welcome
was giving
to
current.
The prior best rapper alive. How else do you announce that?
Just don't say that. Shout out to Lil Wayne.
Weezy F Baby, please say the baby.
Yeah, and then of course, Mary J. Blige also is booked and busy. She
booked
came
and busy,
out
sis. In her fur. Yes.
I love her.
So I'm not gonna lie.
Mary can do no wrong.
Mary, give us a boot.
Mary can do no wrong.
Did she give us a boot?
Mary invented the thigh high boot. Argue
she
with your
needs
mother.
to have a boot line. I don't know what's wrong with her.
Her team is not hip on that, especially because she got thighs. I need a thigh high that's gonna fit these thighs, baby. I need it.
Mary looked good.
It was lackluster. Also, we started the podcast with Macy Gray because Macy Gray did the national anthem for the All-Star game.
And TNT is shady as shit because they definitely showed Jennifer Hudson on the sidelines and then panned. Did you see that, Asante? Oh, baby. They put the camera right on J Hud, and I was like, oh, they're going to have Jennifer Hudson sing it. And then they were like, yes, and for America, from Cleveland, Ohio, Macy Gray. I was like, what the fuck? Why would y'all do that? Why would y'all show J Hud? And then either way, it was shady. TNT was shady for that.
I mean, it was weird because it's just like, I don't know if people aren't aware that this is how Macy Gray has always sounded. You saw the athletes trying to keep in their laughter. And I don't know if
it was only LeBron.
Okay,
it was probably Draymond too,
and all of the
because Draymond be laughing at every fucking thing,
and all of the Twitter streets.
Yeah, he was standing on the sidelines in a suit and what looked like a rain boot. I don't know what was happening, but
girl, Kanye, you know they got them wearing the swamp boots from Florida.
Suit. Not with a suit.
The swamp boots from Florwant.
Yeah, like I don't know what was happening.
I think on the heels of Fergie, this didn't land, but I just
not on the heels of Fergie.
I'm serious because people want to hear the national. This was the national anthem.
Yeah, look at him.
People want to hear the national anthem. They want to hear it belted out, like that's what people expect. But I feel like it was
belted out. Didn't Janae Aiko just do it for the
Super Bowl? Janae Aiko did America the Beautiful, but
and that was a whisper too.
But it's you don't always have to be out here yelling and screaming and hollering.
That's why I was cool with Macy Gray doing what she did.
I liked her version.
You shaded her. You weren't cool with it.
What do you mean? It was
switch
cute.
up now.
No, I mean, I didn't shade her. I just thought she came out looking like Brandy from the Verses. Like, I think she could have done a better outfit choice.
That's her swag. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's giving Brandy
a couple coats.
She got ostrich feathers on that collar. Go the fuck off, sis.
I like Macy Gray.
You like her?
I like Macy Gray a lot. I think she's incredibly unique.
I worry about her. I wonder if she's okay. I haven't seen her since wasn't she in Spider-Man?
I'm not gonna lie. I like her as an actor.
She bit.
I think she does
bit
great.
somebody a couple years
She
ago.
bit somebody. Can you look that up?
Yeah, I worry about
Could you
her.
look up Macy Gray biting people?
She is clinically bipolar, but I think
Okay.
yeah, she's I think she's had some.
She
she's
claimed
had some
that she was a
issues.
vampire.
Yeah, because she
Oh.
wants to bite. She said she wanted to bite people.
And wants to bite people.
Yeah. So she's she has been
Okay, mental health. We can't talk about her anymore.
No, she has been in public and caused and raised some concerns around her mental and emotional state. But I think people were surprised that. I think people were just surprised to see her. Period. Like no one's seen her in a few years. I think it was that was the part that was more jarring. I don't think anybody was surprised with how she sang. Watching her perform, she literally looked like sauntered out and kind of gave you like, I'm gonna just give y'all this little song and then I'm gonna go back to my beer. Like that's what it was giving. Like I'm cool. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Oh, it was only giving beer to you?
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. I worry about her.
Yeah, it was giving more than a cider.
well, she's unstable. That's why I was like, maybe it's, maybe they had to give her little old duels and make her feel like she was doing something.
Not on duels.
I'm just saying, you never know. you gotta keep a watchful eye on people to make sure they're okay. But either way, shout out to Macy Gray. She did a great. I loved her rendition because we do always hear the national anthem being belted out, and it's always this like run competition. It's like everybody auditioning for American Idol. So shout out to you, Macy Gray, for
and the
doing it your
person
way.
who is not getting a shout out at the end of the segment is Adam Silva, because I expected so much more from him.
Did you?
I think Adam Silver has been doing a great job with the NBA, and for the All-Star festivities to be this, mind you, last year there was no All-Star weekend because of COVID.
Oh.
So for this to be the top 75 players, everything that went around, and mind you, I also was kind of glad I didn't go. All of the parties that are normally thrown during All-Star weekend, Players Association party, Kenny Smith always throws a party. None of those were even happening because of COVID.
I'm
so
not
I think
mad
that
at
these,
that, though.
But,
I think it's
right, which is
responsible.
fine. Which is why I thought more could have went into this. Like, nigga, they had 2 Chainz and Steph Curry drinking red and blue Gatorade. There was a game that I don't know what it was for. It was 2 Chainz and his wife versus Steph and Aisha Curry. And they were drinking red and blue Gatorade to see who knew each other more.
And then they had Usher sitting courtside looking like that lime green Teletubby.
We haven't even touched the
Wait,
dunk
is it-
me
contest.
off.
We haven't...
That was horrible.
The dunk contest was so bad.
horrible.
Where were the mascots? Where were the...
When did they start getting
Did Ja
tries?
Morant?
They got 6
was
tries.
Ja Morant in the dunk contest?
No, he wasn't.
Why?
I don't.
Here's the thing.
I
You know
feel
why?
like-
I'm going to tell y'all why. Because I'm on Snapchat and I follow a lot of these niggas.
All right.
All the stars enjoy this as a break with their fucking families.
Right.
So, bitch, my whole Snapchat with all the niggas, they're all in the islands. They're all with their families. They all have Christine Blue Water. They're like, fuck it. I get 4 or 5 days with my family. If you noticed, we didn't have the stars for the whole weekend outside of the All-Star game, and them motherfuckers was showing up on Sunday morning before the game. Like, they like to take this time to spend time with their families, and you have to understand too.
And it's Cleveland.
And it's,
Sorry, I'm no
it's
disrespect,
Cleveland. No, we heard it from Joakim Noah.
Okay.
He said, "Who wants to be here?
Yeah.
Who wants to come to Cleveland? Nobody."
Yet, shout out to Cleveland.
Okay,
I
are
feel
we
bad.
shouting them out?
I mean, I don't know about
You
that.
tried.
But it was nice. It was a nice
Shout out
gesture.
to the Midwest. Can we just do it like that?
No,
Yeah.
I really what I'm happy about and I mean I haven't really paid attention to All Star in like 2-3 years, so I'm not really hip
There was
to
just no
it.
stars, girl.
But
He's a cute one.
but I liked the continued collaborations and efforts that are being extended to HBCUs.
Yes,
From the
that was
NBA,
dope.
I really
Shout out to
appreciated that a
Howard.
lot. Yeah, they really tried to, and they really tried to showcase and highlight a lot of the talent that is in HBCUs, but also just the importance of the culture of basketball being continually a part of, Black culture, Black academia. I think that's really dope and really important to continue to highlight. And so I'm a shout out Adam Silva for that, because that's dope.
Shout out to them. I'm gonna
Where
get
are you taking us next?
Hold on. Where are we taking ourselves?
Where are we going? We have a new transition record.
You
I
ready?
feel like you're about to test this out. I'm
gosh.
nervous.
Oh, y'all like that as a transition? Did that, huh?
Remember
all right.
when we thought they were like really being freaky and stuff when we heard this? I think about that and I'm like, you ever listen to Anywhere? And I'm like, this
It's
is
the
so
S,
corny.
the L, the I, the M. Let me tell you what I want to do. Oh, not me sounding like Slim. Oh, maybe I just got to sound like a man artist.
You got to
sound
turn
like
the
Cher.
music all the way up to sound like him.
This what we doing?
Sorry.
Still sounds like Cher to me.
I'm not gonna lie. I told you, Cher is who I
Do
sing.
you believe in life after love?
Have you ever heard that stripped down by the guy who won American Idol? It was beautiful.
Yes.
Shout out to that white king.
Well,
I don't know his name.
well, we're not gonna shout out white kings on here.
Oh my God,
Sorry.
Mandii, enough.
Well, we can't. So we shouting out white kings during Black History Month. That sounds nuts.
A violation. I apologize. Complete and utter violation.
I mean, there's so few of them. Why can't we just?
Actually,
Sorry.
I don't know nothing about that man.
Well,
I don't even know that man.
I did.
but-
I don't know if this is a round of applause, but while you're congratulating and shouting out kings, let's shout out Queen KeKe Wyatt, who announced the pregnancy of her 11th child. And at this point, I would like to put her in the running along with Nick Cannon and Future. She is now about to have what? Is she married?
She got a whole husband.
She is, but
She got a whole family
but she
under one
That is
roof.
very different.
That is not comparable.
Is it?
She might just be
Yes.
Catholic. They don't believe in birth control.
Well, this is 11th child with third baby daddy, if I'm not mistaken. She recently took a picture with everyone, but I think
One daughter was missing.
well,
she
yeah,
said.
there was one daughter missing.
Let me tell you something.
I ain't even gonna hold you, and she's shooting all these things out that twat. I can't believe it. 11 is like, and so they're from the ages of 21 and now pregnant. So it's since she was 18 years old. She is 39 years old. She's been pregnant every 2 years.
Let me tell you something. If there is any woman that can carry 11 times
And shoot 'em out.
and birth them and then raise them,
You right.
they look like some.
She
That
a
looks
queen?
like a happy damn family.
She a
Shout
queen?
out to her. I am not.
I don't know how some of them don't look a little happy.
Yo,
Some
They
of them
are.
don't do that.
Y'all are just
Yo, you
terrible.
gotta
It's also
That
it's also,
one
they
young man
don't.
is
Some of them
giving
don't.
Black
But it's
boy
also
joy.
it's also really hard to get 9 kids to smile at the same time. Let's be honest. It's hard to get 2 to
Valid.
do it at the same time.
It's
So,
hard to get me and Bridget to like a picture together.
I think I could never even imagine doing this. But it's also that's what they used to do. Like that's what used to happen. Like my mom is one of 9. Like that.
My mom is
that's
one of
the
10.
That's the shit that they used to. We're sitting here like,
My
oh
mama
my God.
one of 1.5.
I mean, I just not 1.5.
Did she say what? I don't want to know.
No, I don't either. I didn't want to know.
Oh yeah, that's Granny though. Granny is before
But
you.
that's the thing.
That's
is
that time. That's back then.
That's what used to. I mean, the fact that we can eat, that's even possible for women. It's amazing to me. Like what? I'm not giving her Future or
I'm not either.
or Nick
No.
Cannon.
No.
I'm not even putting Nick Cannon and Future in the same.
Why
place.
not?
Because
Nick Cannon
actually seems
is
to really love his
deliberate with a
kids.
plan, and Future just out here all willy nilly. It's
Yeah,
just very
but
different.
To me, what's the difference?
He's
I need to
taking
know-
responsibility and like wants and values his children, whereas Future is just fucking bitches and getting them pregnant.
No,
That's how he looks at it.
So
anyway.
Nick Cannon just did an interview recently, and
Where he
admitted
said he had a conversation with every one of the women before
but
they.
well, no,
just chose
he
to-
said all of the babies were unplanned, but he did look at them and say, "You would make a good mother. I would like to see you as a mother." Can you pull up? Could you pull up Nick Cannon thoughts
Do
on
you think that
monogamy? I
Future
just looked this up.
is considering who he's having sex with and being like, oh, I can't get you accidentally pregnant?
Nick
No.
Cannon is just having sex with all the Wild 'N Out girls, so he handpicks them first off. Like to me, that's more like. That's a little bit weird, more weird to me than what Future's doing.
If I had to be pregnant by Nick Cannon or Future, it's definitely Nick
I would
Cannon.
definitely pick Nick Cannon over Future.
It's not Future.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not looking at these pictures, but
No.
that's not what it's about.
At least we have not seen a turban yet, and I have not.
I'm so glad he got rid of
I
that
can
turban.
count on one
Turban
hand the
area.
amount of
I
times.
am so glad he got rid of that
done.
turban. I don't know. To me, and it's weird because in this interview, he also mentioned how he's a germaphobe, but it's like the fact that you're laying up with all these women unprotected.
Right.
is
Any
also-
woman, he says, any
There we
woman
go.
that I know that I have unprotected sex with, there's the potential to have a child.
So cool, you know science.
He explains.
Congrats.
Yeah, he explains saying, but saying he doesn't have unprotected sex with everyone, which, if we're being honest, think about how many fucking celebrity men we know that are out here fucking a lot of bitches raw. Most of them, and they not thinking about who's who at all.
You right, but also if you look at science, our ovulation window is really not that big. So he could have more they just wasn't ovulating.
Mandii is definitely giving pull out in prayer.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
What do you?
It's definitely,
It's not giving protection.
It's not
What,
giving
for
protection
him?
at all.
Just in general. You're
Oh,
like,
bitch, I love
she's
condom
like,
dick.
She's like, I know. Okay, shout out to you.
Oh yeah, no,
Shout
bitch.
out to you.
I had to bring condoms, so I do know that men aren't.
That's how I know Mandii knows. Because
Like,
Mandii be
nah.
like, it's not. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be condoms.
Oh no!
It's gonna be condoms, yes.
First off, I hate babies, and so first off, I will.
She don't want no children.
Bitch, I am pro-choice like a motherfucker. Don't make me don't turn me into a murderer. Like, let's just put the condom on.
I hear
Not
you.
a
No,
murderer.
it's just being responsible.
I mean,
that's all it is.
I mean,
not a murderer.
I'm already a murderer. I had one. Killed one baby.
That's not a. It's not a. We're not. We can't.
I
Abortion is
don't
not
think-
murder.
sorry.
We're not
And I
going
don't
that
think
route.
we should.
All
Yeah.
right. Well,
We're not gonna go that route.
I tell
But-
them I'll pull the vacuum out before I have it. I don't want your money. I'm pro-choice. I don't want
Yeah,
babies.
you just
But
don't wanna
also-
be a mom.
But also use a condom because outside of babies, there's
Yes,
fucking
that's that
everything
part.
else. So
Right.
if you're looking at me and you're just like, well, you good, I'm good. I feel like you say that to everybody.
You do. Yes, a lot of people do. It's not just men.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Men
Oh
and
no,
women.
women.
A lot of women
we
do
hold
too.
A lot
Women
of
accountable.
people
A lot of women do too.
You know what's crazy about that? All my friends just say they're allergic to latex. I'm like, bitch, all
That's
latex.
very rare.
So then
No,
get
all my-
lambskin. The
all-
fuck?
I ain't
What
gonna
the
hold you-
fuck? What?
First off, it does stink, but all
It
my
does,
friends just claim to
but
be
still.
allergic. But it's just like, no, maybe you just need to find the right condom for your pH. Like a lot of them, yes. But also, here's the thing too that a lot of women don't know. If you have a condom, a lot of times that is going to dry you out. So you need to find a lube that works with condom because maybe it's not the condom irritating your pussy. Maybe it's the fact
Right.
that you dried up
the friction.
and it's the friction.
Right.
And so, I don't know. I heard this about Nick Cannon and I was just like, yeah, I'm good. Because I just don't believe that he's choosing condoms at all.
I wouldn't.
I mean, even
wouldn't
if he's
hope
not,
for
I
Nick
think
Cannon or
it's a little
Future,
bit less reckless for Nick Cannon than it is for Future. I think for Future, everything is just, it's just money gets thrown at it. Like, well, whatever, I can afford to take care of it, so it doesn't matter. Whereas with Nick Cannon, it seems, I mean, it's not.
Wait, I don't even think Future takes care of him. He be trying to go to court like, that ain't my baby.
That's you just
Right.
proved our point.
Okay.
Which is
to
why
we
it's
would
very
rather-
different.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like Nick Cannon is making a very conscious choice and having a conversation with each one of these women. Like, I want to see what type of mother you're going to be. I'm down. I would be down to have a baby if this happened.
If it happens,
He had that.
Yeah,
he
like-
had that conversation with me. I'm like, all right, we gonna need a nanny.
I mean, and there's nothing
And
wrong
that's
with that.
We
really
just gonna need
too.
a nanny. That's
But
all.
KeKe is married and living her best life. So shout out to her. I hope that she has a healthy pregnancy.
And she loves, I mean, and I opened for her on tour a long time ago.
This Subtle
but
Flex is brought to you by.
she is one of the sweetest, most spiritual. She's a very spiritual person. So that's why when you brought that up about
I
not really
think that
subscribing to contraception, I would not be surprised.
Right.
But she loves being a mother. And situations like this, I love seeing because it's like, yo, she is obsessed with motherhood and parenting and having a tribe of children that can be loved and adored and nurtured. And I think that's wonderful for women because I don't think all women are built like that. I don't think a lot of women are built
I don't
for
think a lot of
11
women
kids.
can carry
means to
11
do it
kids.
either.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
or the
physically,
means,
but or the means
or
or
financially, yeah.
emotionally to be able to give. So if she can and they are full, complete beings and she can take pride in that, sis, please, congratulations and God bless.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
guess
Go ahead, KeKe.
We'll leave out of here with giving her a round of applause.
Yes.
Even though I don't like kids, but shout out to her.
That's okay. She gonna have them. She gonna have them.
Shout out to
You
her
don't
and them
have to.
kids. You right.
You don't have to because she got them all.
You right. Shout out to her and all the kids. That's amazing. I did want to get into as well, since none of us have kids. I kind of wanted to get into some relationship talk.
Oh,
Oh God.
me as a little shit.
So the first one that I wanted to get into, if you could go to kind of, I guess, we'll get into Sweetie later. Let's start with Nicki.
I'm sorry.
Let's start to Nicki because Nicki, I think, has to deal with the confidence in how we show up. And where men think we're showing up in certain ways. And y'all know I don't even like this woman. And I'm sorry that I have to announce that every time I bring her up. But she did say something great. She wrote a message to men. And I kind of wanted to have this conversation with y'all. Look, I don't like that you side-eyeing already, Antoinette. So Nicki says, "Dear men, women don't dress for you, do makeup for you, do their hair for you. Just like most of y'all only fuck for you and not the woman's pleasure, this all is for us, or this all for us. This ain't about you. Now go. Thanks for coming." And I wanted to talk about that because I know you and I have had many conversations about our lashes, our nails, the outfits we wear. Antoinette, you sign over there. Talk to me.
No.
Nope, we're not playing coy
No,
today,
we're not
ma'am.
playing coy. I want to know if any of these matter to you.
That sounds really good.
It sounds good?
It sounds really good. I don't know how true it is.
Why is that?
I from my own observation, and this is, I try not to be judgy, but I am a Libra.
Is that
judge and
where you're
jury,
from?
baby?
Oh,
Y'all are judgy.
we are definitely blame the stars on us being judgy.
Yes, we are.
But
Yes, we are.
I just feel like some of that is cap. I feel like a lot of
Not as cap.
A lot of what women do, if we're being honest, is absolutely to get chose.
You disagree
And
with this then?
I don't disagree with the intention behind it. I really wish that was true.
Really?
But I don't think it is always true. No, I don't think that women running around getting BBLs and all this other stuff is for themselves all the time. I think a lot of that is if you go to the root of it, this is what men want. This is what we're told is beautiful, and why? Who tells us that that's beautiful now? Men. The industry is. And a lot of women want to be chose. How many times you like, I'm about to see my, I could quote sometimes, it's like, I'm about to see my nigga and I gotta go get right. I gotta this, I gotta that. And it could be, you want to feel your best, right? But I'm also,
But if you want to feel your best, then is that not for you?
I've spent a lot of time single.
It depends, because
6
what
years
makes you
single.
feel-
Why are you 6 years single?
I'm going because I'm very intentional behind how I operate, and I needed to take a step back because I wanted to be chose way too badly. I wanted to be chosen, and I was willing to risk it all to be that.
Is there a median then? Because I also, I
had to do work on myself to get to a place where it's like, okay, now I want to be connected, and that's a whole other conversation. But I say that now, and I think to myself, like, I have conversations about, why are you working out? Is it because you hate your body, or because you want to take care of it? Is it because you want your body to look a certain way because you feel like that's going to get you a certain result from men, or for your career, or for whatever? Like, what is it? Like, you have to really ask yourself these things. And, Nicki, I'm confused by this statement. I'm confused by, like, then why did you go and get all this shit done to your body? It was it really for you? I just question that. Was it really for you?
It's weird that you say that though, because the dressing, the makeup, the hair, she didn't even say it, the nails. Everything that I do that makes me feel good about me are things that actually a lot of men that I've dated hate. Oh, bitch, they hate these fucking...
They hate the lashes.
They hate the lashes.
My man hates the lashes. He wakes up with them on his pillow every day and is like, what the fuck is this?
Bro.
He was like, you just got them done. I was like, yeah, but they start to fall out a little if I sleep too well.
So to me, like me and Bridget have talked about this. My nails, the partner that I had hated me getting my nails done. He hated my lace wigs, and bitch, I loved a little switch up.
Yeah.
He hated all of those things. And I had to actually have the conversation and say, I realize how much of this is not for anybody, but how it makes me feel.
And that's what I'm saying.
So I agree with this to me.
I'm saying I agree. I want this to be true. I don't think it's true for everyone. I don't believe that
it's true
for everyone at all. I'm not disagreeing with what she's saying. I'm saying that is the goal, what she's saying. I don't necessarily think that I saw a lot of women reposting this and being like, women that I know, and I'm like, bitch, you just went to Miami and because you don't feel good about yourself, and you said you was about to, all the men gonna be on me now.
But you know what word I hate? All. The reason why I hate all is because it ruins conversation.
Oh, I hope I didn't say all. Did I say all?
Well, you said this can't be for all, but what I also hate is
it can't be because she used all.
No, well. But why I hate it too is because she also said, y'all only fuck us for you and not the woman's pleasure. I've been with so many men that do care about my pleasure.
Same.
And so when we dissect things like this, the idea of all, like when I say niggas, when I say men.
Well, she said most of y'all.
Yeah, but I also say, I never say all. Mm-hmm. But even in the conversation, when bringing this up, of course it's not all. But let's talk about majority then. Let's talk about most. She uses most for the men, but she does imply women. I don't think that she has to put all women or most women or half women or a third of
But
women.
I also think it depends on. There's so many. There's so little room for nuance and context in this, right?
Okay.
And in a tweet.
Yeah, and in a tweet.
It is
like
in a
it's
tweet.
it's problematic for a couple reasons. Number one, because as much as we would love to say that women do it to be for us and we want to feel good, some of that stuff is circumstantial, right? Because as women, we feel great. We should anyway. Most women should feel their best around their tribe of women, right? Like around their friends. Like a lot of women do things to keep up with their friends and keep up with the women that they're around.
I don't like that. To me, that's not.
That is 100% the case, Mandii, because you sat up here several times and talked about all my friends are successful. All my friends.
I love that.
But that's my point. So you are very intentional about the type of women that you're around. The type of women that you're around are confident. They are successful. They are ambitious. They hustle. There's nothing wrong with that. But they're also making a certain type of money so that they're not in competition with you. The whole purpose of what Nicki is saying is that at the end of the day, everybody has their own reason for wanting to look a certain way. Everybody just wants to feel good. At the end of the day, women want to feel good. So if it means lashes, if it means nails, if it means hair, if it means a BBL, whatever it's going to take for women to feel good, most of the time it's not for men. However, the word that I think people lose in all of this is sometimes a lot of this is because of men, which is a little different. It's a little different because there are men that would. It only takes, and I can say this even as an artist, right? It only takes one person to say something to you they could catch you on the wrong fucking day, and you will internalize what is said to you, and it's branded into your soul, and then you make a series of decisions around
but you know, I
how
did that
made
last
you
week.
feel.
I did that last week.
So I can imagine Nicki Minaj being the rapper that she was with super talent at a young age, and her walking in with her little petite body, and one person maybe saying to her, "Damn, well, I mean, she kind of got a little boy body, so." You have no idea how one person saying something. I'm not saying that happened to her. I'm using that as an example because at the end of the day, Nicki Minaj has more talent in her left thumb as a rapper than most of these other girls. And watching a lot of these other women come out and in this last like 15, 20 years, a lot of them look like and sound like her. And so I'm looking at that like, all right, cool. So maybe she has set the tone a little bit for this new generation of young women where that's not what we're deeming successful, but it's based on it could have been triggered by or based on something that a man or somebody else said to her. Like, I mean, think about it. Whose idea was it that a BBL was the ideal body? Who came up with that?
Right.
And
I think we're making a mistake.
Women aren't we're not out here. We don't, for the most part, we're not naturally inclined to body shame women. As women, we're not. That's not our natural inclination.
I'm not going to lie to you. I 100% disagree.
Okay.
And I disagree with you because in terms of anytime I've gotten into it with other women, they come straight to my weight. My weight has always been someone's first trigger. And I sat up on the pod and talked about how I was dating the same type of men that these build-a-body bitches were. And once they realized that this man was interested in me, their first attack was, well, why would you fuck with that fat bitch?
I think we have
and
to
again, that reaction to you is because of an interaction with a man.
But I don't know if it's just men, right? I think the mistake that, and I'm making it too here, is that because she wrote men, so that's what I'm talking about. It's just outside influence in general.
Yeah.
It's just outside influence. It's and honestly, a lot of times it's men because they're in positions of power.
Correct.
Right? But it's not only men.
Yeah, men.
It's women.
Women
But you
too.
have to get to the root of. My thing is get to the root of why did they come for your weight? Why is that the thing? Because our conditioning, we're programmed to know that's bad. Who taught us that was bad, right? And then the other,
white devils.
It's not a lie. It's
standards
tricky,
of beauty.
Tricky. So we have to. What my main thing is when we're doing these things. Why am I wearing this makeup? Why am I doing this? You have to get to the core of. And it takes a lot of self-work, and I am not successful at it yet. But why am I doing it? Is it because it makes me feel good, or is it because will I feel safer and more accepted. You know, like, and everybody does it. Why do we have the sneakers we have on? Like, if you really want to dissect this, it's deep. Why do we do anything we do?
Right.
Like, it's just like, I don't know. But I some of the when I see, especially the body work, I had she's not a friend, but I had an acquaintance say to me, you know, when you get your work done. And I was like,
wait, what?
And it's like a rite of passage. Because, you know, in Korea, right, that they basically, it's a rite of passage when you get your plastic surgery and things like that. And I was recognizing that, oh my God, for women, that's starting to be a rite of passage of like, when are you getting?
That's a thing for Mediterranean women too, for a nose job and stuff like that.
It is a thing for bitches in LA. Sorry for using the word B, but like when I go out there, my friends talk about work done to their faces, like we're going to get katana.
It's terrifying.
It's like, oh, you're not getting your fillers yet. Like, we're going to get our lips done this week. Like, bitch, can we just go eat sushi?
And I'm not just gonna blame that on men, especially since obviously we're heterosexual women. You know, cisgender women, but
I'm
like
bi.
or bi, excuse me. But they're non-binary folks that don't know what shoes to wear or that don't know, like, it's tricky. There's so much influence.
We just can't say all, like Mandii said.
Right.
We just can't say all.
So much influence. But this is really tricky to me because it's Nicki, and I look at her like, just like you said, like you have so much talent, and I don't think all that you do. But that's why,
that's all I can imagine is that maybe maybe a girl said, it could have been a girl too. It could have been anybody. Somebody could have said something to her
mother
that planted a seed that was like, fuck out of here. I'm gonna get all this. I'm gonna get this work done. I'm gonna be perfect, and y'all not gonna be able to tell me shit. Which, I mean, granted, okay, cool. I think women should do whatever makes women feel good. But like you said, I think it's important to recognize the source of where that's coming from. I remember Tracee Ellis Ross was on The Breakfast Club, and.
Love her.
She definitely, she had, it was a few years ago, and she was being asked about like reaching a certain age and feeling confident in your body. And, you know, she's a beautiful woman that's always been quirky and funny and a little on the goofy side, and has said publicly sometimes that she's kind of struggled with channeling a more sexy kind of sultriness about her. And you know, I think when asked about plastic surgery, she said, you know, I have no judgment against any woman that wants to do anything to her body. I want to have a conversation with the person that made her feel like her body, like she wasn't enough prior to that. Which I think is the important piece to realize,
which
right?
Is crazy because that ass is heavy.
Because
she looks great,
right? But it's also, I mean, the one thing that I think that we all overlook as women sometimes is that the sexiest attribute is confidence. And we see women at any size, with any body shape, with confidence, and it's like, yo, you're not beating that, bro. You're not beating the confidence factor. You all right?
Everything's fine.
Okay. Just a little
Does
spill.
the tea go into your nose?
A little bit. Yeah. Clean up on aisle 5.
Because you were making a point. Go ahead.
Clean up on aisle 5. No, but that I think is that's really my point, is that ultimately it's the confidence, right? Like I want women to feel
and that's
confident, and I hate
and
I hope that any woman that makes any, you know, potentially damaging changes to their body, that could be harmful in the long run, is also conscious of whoever or whatever made them feel like they weren't enough or weren't good prior to whatever work they need to do. So whatever work they want to do. So that was my point.
I agree. There was a thing from Sweetie, but I think we got enough into this.
I want to hear what she said.
You do want to hear what she said?
I do want to hear what Sweetie said.
I think it's so funny.
Oh, shit.
Okay, shit. All right, so I'm going to play this clip.
Because I was like, that wasn't even relationship based. That was totally about women just now.
It was literally just about, so Sweetie was recently on
men too, though. I want to say that men struggle with body image as well.
Oh, yeah, they do.
As well.
Listen, Funk Flex was out here getting up the lap band or the lipo. He had the fire on.
Are we talking, but wasn't Funk's, never mind. I'm not going to talk about. No, we're not going to go there. Okay,
I don't even know what you're about to say. We can't talk about it. But I'm scared. What do you do?
Funk Flex, he had a faja on.
He had lipo, yeah.
He had lipo and had a faja on, and people were clowning him about it.
But he was the one that also wasn't. What was he?
Body sculpting. He had lipo.
Oh, he's not the one that also was like not front forward about his sexuality.
No,
right?
That's different. That's Mr. C. That's somebody
Mr.
different.
C, my bad.
That's totally different.
Bitch, I'm not from New York. I don't know these niggas.
No.
They all sound the same. They on the radio. They ruin the songs when they play because it's.
But also,
yo,
fuck
New
y'all.
York.
Fuck
That's all
those
I hear.
people that shamed him for his sexuality as well. Fuck all y'all.
Well, let's get into what Sweetie had to say.
But yes, we'll get into what Sweetie has to say. But you're right, men do have that same, a lot of body dysmorphia as well.
Yeah, well, all they do is make money to make up for that.
That's true.
Because a bitch will fuck a bad bodied ass nigga if he got a check.
That's so true.
And they know. All right. Sorry. So this is.
What? Because that shit don't mean nothing. You ain't really getting what you want just because you got a check. You're getting fucked. Like that's not a thing.
It actually is a thing.
100% is a thing.
But I'm saying men are not filled from that. Like I know that
they are.
Yo,
a lot of men
at the
are
core of a human being. I'm sorry, I'm about to be that person. At the core of a fucking human being, you're not really full. That's why you're out here fucking all these women and doing all this shit, and you feel empty and you're unhappy. Like, get out of it. You're not gonna. I am never gonna believe. I don't give a fuck.
We got Mandii and I gonna bring some millionaire men around you.
And they look at them and say, "You're not happy. You hate yourself. You fucking hate yourself, and that's why you're running through all these women and you don't value them because you don't value yourself.
100%.
And you can't look yourself in the mirror and feel good." That's what I would say to them.
You know when they feel good? When they open that Chase
I was going to say, when they in the bank, baby.
Baby, they smiling.
And they still committing suicide. And they're still unwell.
But we're not talking about CTE, girl. Yes.
No, they are still committing suicide.
They're still not happy or well. None of that shit. What does it mean? None of that shit means any fucking thing. That's why I'm like, the fact that we are looking at success as these Negroes and these men fucking people and having money is like,
but that's how a lot of men view success.
That's how a lot of men view success.
A lot of men view success by being able to get whatever the fuck they want, whenever they want, whoever they want.
And they're unhappy.
I don't think they hate themselves.
I don't think either.
The men, a lot of those men, Antoinette, have never experienced it, so they don't know what they're missing, and therefore they wouldn't know.
They wouldn't know.
They might not be able to identify what they're missing, but they feel that fucking hole in their chest. There's no fucking way.
Not all men do. Not all men do.
I don't think they do.
I don't want to ever know that life.
To be honest,
a lot of them don't, bro.
Where a lot of those men get fulfilled is not from romantic partnerships. It's from fatherhood.
It doesn't have to be romantic partnership at all.
It's not. But that's what I'm saying. Like but a lot of wealthy men go through women. That's not because they hate themselves and they struggle connecting. Who they connect to is just different. I know a lot of men that do that who have children and they love being dads.
And this goes for women too who are super wealthy and doing their thing and they out. I'm a hot girl. Right. You fucking hate yourself too. You don't feel good at the end when you put your head on that pillow at night. You feel that fucking ache.
Wait a second. And what makes them hot girls and?
I'm saying you feel that ache. Just when you disconnect. I'm talking about when people disconnect from humanity and everybody's just a commodity. Human beings are a commodity and there's something to collect like a watch. There's no way you're happy.
It's okay.
I will never believe
There's no way you're happy?
Never.
Because you don't even eat selfish.
Yo, no way you're happy because you don't crack crab legs with your teeth.
No, it's such
But I realized I was talking to Mandii and she was like, where are we going to go to eat? And you gotta realize is that I'm a little. I'm like around the way, but I'm also like woo woo, and so I'm also like well, we can go anywhere, but I can't eat shellfish. And Mandii was flabbergasted.
I threw a fit,
and I was like, yo, I know. I said,
I thought she was lying.
I said, this is why I'm not a hot girl because I can't crack open crab legs. I don't have the long nails. I don't dip it in excessive butter and post it on IG. Like this was the start of me being like, okay, I'm gonna go on my spiritual journey.
Is a part of the hot girl starter kit.
I know.
And you cannot be
I'm not a hot girl. I miss my hot girl. But also, I had an opportunity to be a hot girl as a youngin.
You have an allergy though. It's not like you're. It's not like you're at a crossroads and you're like, no, I'm gonna pick Jesus over
just
crab.
Like the bootcut jeans and the men.
Oh my God, Antoinette.
I'm trying to tell you, the men who wear bootcut jeans they're the lovers. But the hot girl shit,
and you go after them on purpose.
I don't go after them, but I feel like, yo, you're ready to be loved. But
Antoinette said, give me the Michael Jordan jeans.
I
need it.
Yeah. Antoinette said, you are too tightly wound if you are in jeggings as a man.
There's no space. You can't even let the love in. You got the denim around your ankles. It's too tight. You're restricted, confined. But no, dead ass. Like when I was a young girl, I swear to God, this was when I knew. I was like, you are gonna struggle in life. I was sitting. We were at some raggedy ass club in Philly. I might have been 18. I think Fearless is out. So I'm with Jasmine and like she's popping or whatever. And I was snatched. I ain't had no waist. My breast and my little curve in my back made it look like I had a real big meaty butt.
But you just had hips.
I don't even have hips, but the curve, and I had a little peplum on, so it was really looking like.
Why were you in the club with a flip flop?
Because we were all dressed business casual in the club between the ages between the years of 2004 and 2006.
Did you have a blazer?
It was sheer here. It was cute. It was sheer here. It was a pencil, and then it had a little peplum to cover the little boop boop. And
then you had a kitten heel to go with it.
No, I had a real heel on, but listen, I was cute. I had my red lip on. We're out. And
if she was going to work, she would have had a blazer.
They
on.
like, yo,
yeah.
Allen Iverson is, and I'm from Philly, so that's the god. If you follow me at all, you know that I'm still.
You're obsessed.
That's my baby.
You were so mad he didn't have a hat on in his commercial,
but I'm staying beside him. He looked bloated, and I was like, baby, it's okay. But no, so he wanted to meet Jasmine, so all of our little girlfriends go to thing, and I'm standing there like, wow, that's Allen Iverson. And my homegirl Shanti, who I do the podcast with, I know that she's obsessed with him. So me being a nice person, I go up to him. I said, I'm so sorry to bother you. Can you take a picture of my homegirl? And he looked at me like I was the only person he's ever seen in his life. And I was like, oh. And he said, I'm trying to take a picture with you. Put his hand behind my back. And I was like, wow. And in that moment, I was like, like everything was like, I'm ready. And so he takes a picture with Shanti. He sits down, moving my curls from my ears, whispering in my ear. His lips are like great. Like he knew what he was doing.
Of course.
You're drooling now. You're drooling right now. Right now you're
and
drooling.
I'm sitting there and he's like, what are you doing after that? Like all this shit. And I looked at him in his eye and I said, where is Tawana? And he looked at me like,
not you asking for the wife?
I didn't even say your wife. I said her fucking name. It's either Tawana or Tawanda. But I said it and he looked at me like, oh, you're not a hot girl. And was like kind of disgusted and was like, he gave me a kiss on my cheek and walked away. And I was like, I'm going to struggle.
That is hilarious.
I'm going to struggle in life. I could have been a hot. That was the moment when I was like, you are not ever going to be a hot girl. And you have to go on your spiritual journey, really seek this like deeper meaning in life and be content with that.
I ain't going to hold you.
Because that's not one of these bad
Jason
bitches.
Momoa would come up to me. And I would
be like, where's Lisa Bonet? They're not together now, but
Mandy's going to ask that question. It's not going to be like that, though. It's going to be so weird, Lisa Bonet, though.
Me too.
So tell your wife to pull up so we can have a good time.
I would like to experience Lisa. I just want to know what she's doing.
You know what I mean?
Like, what are you?
I really want to smell her hair.
I just want to know what she's doing.
She is moving the universe.
I want to smell her hair.
Oh my God.
What's the problem?
I really admire people from afar, but I also would never want to live the life because I'm like,
wow,
my heart can't take it.
Well, I will
shout out to you for not wanting to be with a married man. You know?
And they broke up like 4 months later.
I know you were pissed.
They were separated.
I know you were pissed.
I was sick.
They were separated.
I
was like, I could have had this bloated. He was bloated by then too. I was like, I could have
had this bloated man continue to stroke your peplum.
He could have messed up my pH. Could have smelled the liquor coming off of him sweating on me.
No. Oh, and I ain't gonna hold you.
I would have given him milk.
Whatever time of year this is, that man.
I actually think that we can add that to the list of things as to why.
The fact that I'm like, baby, drink
the fact
water.
that you would have been 18, like, okay, so instead of Hennessy, let's just drink milk
Or drink your Hennessy, but then you can drink this gallon of water and milk Thistle.
And
maybe a wheatgrass shot.
And when I tell you, AI was outside. When I lived in Atlanta, every time I went to Platinum, well, at the time I think it was called Kamal's. So there was a strip club in Atlanta called Kamal's. AI was in every Onyx, Kamal's.
That man.
This was when Follies was. He was just always in the strip club.
It wasn't a finer man.
No, he was. But AI is beautiful. AI is the same reason we all dated niggas with braids, with the zigzags.
I had the AIs.
I did too.
Like not the shoes, like the
braids.
I had them.
I had the ones that went like from the middle of your head down the bottom to the two big ones.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing. AI was too old for me, so he created my love affair for Bow Wow. Because Bow Wow came out rapping with fucking shooting. He had the fucking shit on his arm. The shooting.
You had a love affair with Bow Wow.
I did. I could have sworn Bow Wow was gonna take my virginity, bitch. I was like, Bow Wow is my husband.
You are showing that.
She is. She's young.
Wow. Wait, do you remember my mom drove me all the way? Let me tell you my first concert.
I can't either.
My first concert, my mom drove me all the way for my birthday to Tampa. Scream Tour. Scream Tour was my very first concert.
Scream Tour? Like with B2K?
It was B2K, IMX.
My first concert was Roberta Flack. I love myself I don't care.
That's why you're not a hot girl.
Scream tour.
The Scream tour was my first concert. I was
Maybe
like,
that is
what,
why you
12 or
have an
13?
affinity for bootcut jeans. You were at a Roberta Flack concert.
Why? On
Love
purpose?
it, singing everything.
On purpose?
Yeah.
I was like, feel like making love.
Yeah.
What was your first concert, Bridget?
What was my first concert?
Damn, y'all making me feel like I was
You
really
were.
born in 2012.
You were.
Talking
though.
about the Scream tour. Bitch, they still got the Scream tour going on.
now.
Shit.
Damn. I don't.
Come on, say something fly.
It was Heart of the City tour with Jay and Mary. That
Oh,
was my
that's
first.
a-
That was
Oh.
my first real. That was like my going to my first real. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm lying. My first concert was Janet Jackson Velvet Rope,
Wow.
and I was a kid. I was actually not supposed to be in there.
That's amazing.
So that was
though.
actually my first but I wasn't. I was like 12, so I don't even know if that
So
was
was
like.
I at the Scream tour.
Yeah, I don't know if that was. Yeah, but Janet was doing different shit
Well,
than
I know.
B2K.
Well, I'm aware.
Velvet Rope
but-
tour was all that.
No,
It was
they were
definitely,
dancing. They
but I
both-
don't remember. I don't remember a lot of it. I don't think I went with like a family friend and her date, and I think it was. Yeah, it was. I don't really remember. The first tour that I really remember was Heart of the City tour with Jay and Mary.
Full
Well,
circle moment.
full
That's
circle.
what's up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna play this clip from Sweetie.
Yeah.
And let's get into it because this bitch already laughing at her ass.
I'm still shocked at Roberta Flack, but carry on.
I'm not.
Shocked.
When we get to Freshly Squeezed, I'm gonna let y'all know I was gonna make sure she didn't come in playing Frank
did.
Sinatra
Like, she text me.
on our fucking podcast.
Oh, we
Yes.
love Frank
She
Sinatra.
said,
We
"Don't
not
play again."
tolerating no Frank Sinatra slander. Frank
It's not-
Sinatra was
it's not
amazing.
for the Freshly
Don't
Squeezed
play
new
in
music.
my face again. I said, okay.
All right, so y'all, this is what Sweetie had to say on the cruise show regarding what she wants in her next relationship. As y'all know, she ended her shit with Quavo not too long ago, then had a very brief stint with Lil Baby, who is now parading around Jada. So here we go with what Sweetie said she wants in her next relationship.
What did you learn most about being in a high-profile relationship? About yourself?
What about myself? I know what I want now. I know what I want.
What is it that you want?
What is it, bitch?
I want someone to mentally stimulate me.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Sure.
That's hard, and
It's
it's
really
important.
important.
Yeah.
Like this journey that I've
It's
been
not
going on,
hard.
I've been
It's not.
meditating,
What?
like a higher version of myself.
Tell me you want the bare
Meditation.
minimum without
It's just
telling me.
giving a lot of like clarity of what I want and what I don't want.
Well, she also gave. Here's the thing, right? I do envision that her and Quavo were sitting talking about jewelry cleaner.
I also don't believe.
I do believe that that's
jewelry cleaner.
And if y'all remember the fight in the elevator,
That was
he had a
terribly sad.
PS5 in his hand. So video games and jewelry cleaner is, I think, the extent of what their conversations were. But also to remind some of you guys, she has a communications degree from like USC. So she did go through school, even though she comes out and she puts everything in her ramen noodles, and we think that her
not a
bubble
stupid
guts
girl.
is real. I think that she really does have an intellectual side. I think whoever her team is, we've talked about how they've
She's
mastered
brilliant
marketing.
online.
Brilliant. And so I kind of wanted to ask you guys, I mean, clearly he made a joke like it's hard to mentally stimulate women.
He hates himself.
You-
That's
you-
one of the people. I'm telling you.
Is one of the men you're talking about?
Yeah. If you just running around here like, this is the bare minimum.
It
How
is.
are you in a relationship with somebody and mentally stimulate me? I just hate that phrase so much. But like, how are you in a relationship with someone that you don't, again, it goes to connection. I feel like a broken fucking record. Like, what are y'all, like you can't talk to your partner?
A lot of, I think, and we've talked about it. Men drop the ball with communication with women. For whatever reason, it's almost like they feel like they can't
It's
talk to
only
us.
men?
I mean,
No,
me and
I
my
don't
friends
think
be on the
it's-
phone for hours.
I don't have the capacity for that anymore. But I don't want to talk to anybody
know.
for hours.
No,
No.
every morning.
Yeah, it's too much for me.
Shout out
it's
to Carla, shout out to Crystal.
It's way too much stimulation.
Sante.
But I think that being mentally stimulated, and if I'm being honest, and it's no
Is
shade
it
to
inspired? Was that what she means?
No, I think she wants to be mentally stimulated.
well, to me, I think
Sapiosexual.
no, I don't even believe in sapiosexual.
Wait, you don't believe in sapiosexual?
Absolutely not.
Look at her. Why don't you believe in a sapiosexual?
Because Because falling in love with someone's mind does not make you orgasm. So I'm not buying that. That's not
I don't think that's what that.
Sapiosexual, finding intelligence sexually attractive or arousing.
I have to have I have to have
this.
that before. That's partly why
Mandii.
I have not had a lot of sex.
No. There's more to it than that.
I mean,
It's
I'm
not
shallow.
that
My man
simple.
gotta look good too while he talk.
And that's my point, though.
Yeah,
so
but
you're not a
that-
sape. That's not. No,
But
that's
can
not
he
the
look
only
good
thing.
and know how to talk? I
Wait,
can't
I
have
have a
both.
question.
You
Does a
can have both, but I
sapiosexual
don't
only
think-
need that, or is that they need that?
This is
addition
considered to
other
be the most
things?
important trait if you're a sapiosexual. That's not true for you at all, man.
Girl, I
so
said
that's
looks,
not,
but this is second.
ma'am.
I-
A lot of
third,
good
it's
looking.
third, it's third,
That's
it's
so you're
third.
not a sapiosexual. Done.
I've definitely looked back on
Just 'cause I
people
want a
after
good-looking
they
man that
showed
can
me
talk.
their.
No, there's nothing wrong with wanting that, but it just means you're not a sapiosexual. That's
I'm
all
a
that means.
bisexual, sapiosexual, heterosexual.
Ma'am, you're just
very
sexual. You're just sexual. You're just sexual.
I'm all the sexuals.
Yeah.
I think this exists. I don't know if I am that.
You might be.
I don't know if I am that, but I definitely need that.
I think to some degree we all need
But
that.
there's a man in my life who I know is this. I know like I was just with him. He
Who's
is
the man?
he does not his organs, his body does not govern his
See,
sexual
you can be a
activity.
sexual, a
It's very
sapiosexual to a
interesting.
lot of different things. So signs that you're a sapiosexual are that you value intelligence in your partner.
Mm-hmm.
You love good grammar, which I get corrected on my grammar all the time by my people, including Bridget.
Yep.
You like quiet settings for a first date. This is me. You prefer
What?
bitch? Absolutely. Do you think I want to yell? I already can't talk. I have to work tomorrow, so I don't want to yell over to talk to you. I love
What's
being
a
able to.
quiet setting?
Bitch, how I got my nigga last time. We were hiking. We were talking. Every time we went out to lunch, I don't like loud music.
This is giving bare minimum to me as well.
It
Oh.
is.
I
You
mean, I
prefer
like
mind
this.
over body.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no. That's why I didn't read that one.
That's a no.
But I like the
she
other
skipped
signs.
over that.
What?
Right.
I prefer my. I have been
Mind over
I've been
body. Get the
okay.
fuck
I've
outta
been in a
here.
full relationship with someone who could not have sex. His girl, his lady, but was
Wait, you was with him? And he just
I
couldn't
was
have
his-
sex.
He had an issue where it was very difficult. There was no pleasure for me sexually in that relationship.
That's giving open relationship to me.
But and it was a struggle, and so it was a struggle. But it was a struggle because I wanted to be connected with him in that way. It wasn't, but I was absolutely with him. He wasn't the cutest in the world either, but he was a dynamic being. But I'll also say I was
Sounds
also
like a best friend to
I
me.
was also dating a woman once, and she was probably someone who I think you met her, Asante.
Yeah.
She was probably the most dynamic being I have had the pleasure of sharing space with, but it ended because I wasn't attracted to her sexually. And it was a real struggle. So that's why I say like the sapiosexual thing, like I get it because I wanted to be with her. But I couldn't figure out the aspect. But
I think
I struggle because this is just like
The mental stimulation to me is just it's fertile soil. That's all mental stimulation is. Because if you mentally feel like you can connect with someone, it just you just naturally will let some of your guard down, either unconsciously, because you'll feel a sense of connectivity in conversation. You don't feel like you have to overthink anything. You're not compensating for anything when you connect with somebody mentally. That's why I just think all sapiosexual is to me is just it's fertile ground for you to plant seeds. You're
But
planting seeds of intimacy. You're planting seeds of emotional connection and emotional maturity and potential for growth. To me, it's not just about how intelligently you can communicate or how well you comprehend. I don't think it's that simple. I just think when you're mentally stimulated by somebody, it's someone that can meet you where you're at.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that.
But do you share space with people in not
Yeah.
even just a romantic
Yeah.
setting? Do you share space with people that don't stimulate you mentally?
No.
Yeah, right. That's why I'm like, it's the bare minimum. How are you
It
getting
is.
to a
That's
whole
why I say it's
relationship?
all it is to me is fertile soil.
Yeah.
You're just creating the space for a
To be able to
development of a
talk.
connection. That's all it is. That's why I'm like, girl, no.
Connection.
I really
It's connection. It's all about connection. It's mental stimulation.
I genuinely feel like then with that coming from Sweetie, that it was probably like Quavo just didn't do it for her.
but also, I'm not buying that she knows what she wants.
She's young.
I'm not
either.
buying that she knows what she
thought
wants.
I knew what I wanted
I
at
think she knows
26.
what she
I lied.
doesn't want. I think she knows what she doesn't
Which
want.
is a big step.
Which is
There's
a
a difference,
perfect.
but there's a difference.
That's actually a better place to launch
Yes.
from, is to know what you don't want, because then you know off rip the shit
Yep.
you're not going to tolerate the next time around if it looks anything like this other bullshit she just dealt with. So I commend her for continuing to step forward and grow and move forward in her journey, but I wouldn't be too quick to believe that she knows what she's looking for, because a lot of us don't, and it changes. But the stuff that I don't want has not changed. Shit that I don't want is not my
Shout
non-negotiables are my non-negotiables.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to Sawate.
boop, boop.
I'm sorry. I just now
We haven't had gunshots all episode. I'm so glad.
That's why I was like, let me go ahead and let it off real quick. Let's go ahead, gunshot with knowing what you don't want.
Facts.
Being first. Let's get into some music, because I want to be sure we hit TV today. Look, not you getting excited, bitch. Because she's like, I am not playing jazz this go around.
I don't even know if you're going to like what I got, but I don't care.
What do you want to get into? Go ahead.
Let's do it. Freshly squeezed, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Love it.
Can you add to it? You could actually sing.
You could just.
Oh, next time. I apologize. I wasn't prepared.
We could do it again.
No.
We could do it again.
I'm not prepared.
Do it again.
No.
Hold on. I need you to just.
That's not what we need. I don't want you to take those
continue.
directions.
Please, let's continue.
We don't need that.
Next time, I
promise.
got you. I
Next
got you,
time
queen.
you got a
I
little
got you.
boo-doo. Something.
That was a symbol.
Gave us this hi-hat. It just
Symbol. It was like the brush.
with the brush on it.
So there was a ton of new music this week.
Very specific.
Because I remember being a kid and being in music class, and they would like, did you ever do that where they had you go little?
Apparently, I grew up in a different era.
You did. Where you had to go around and everybody had to be an instrument, like you had to make a sound.
Nope.
No? All right.
That wasn't a part of my childhood. We had computers by then. Sorry, guys.
That's a fact.
That's
though.
right. I had to think about it. I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right.
We had computers.
I had computer class at one point.
in middle school,
I definitely had computer class.
In like the 7th grade.
which
I had
is crazy.
computer.
Computers were introduced to me in kindergarten, first grade.
Wow.
Like,
Ahead of the game.
That speaks
queen.
volumes, actually. That
Did
speaks
you learn
volumes.
cursive? Because they taking cursive
I did
out.
still
Okay.
learn cursive.
I'm like,
That's the
I'm
same.
like, nah, they didn't have Danielian handwriting books. I know for a fact
What?
that you didn't have Danielian handwriting books.
Wow.
What was the thing? You're not gonna remember. Never mind.
We definitely had.
Do you remember the computer program that we had? Oh,
Mavis Beacon.
Hooked on Phonics.
Hooked on Phonics was my
see,
shit.
Hooked on Phonics was a vibe.
That was
Hooked on Phonics.
amazing. That was very expensive too.
Oh,
My mom bought that.
I was shocked that my school had it because I went to all black schools growing
my
up.
school
like,
didn't have it.
Oh,
my
our
mom
school
bought
had
it.
My mom was not paying $1,200.
But
for
my
that.
Hooked on Phonics
Danielian.
wasn't.
This was the Danielian handwriting
The
shit.
fact that we spent 2
Do you
weeks talking
remember
about
this?
fonts.
We have, bitch. Do you remember this shit? This used to piss me off. The cursive that was like kind of in
Look up
italics, but not
Danielian.
really.
Hold on.
There you go. Danielian handwriting. Asante about to pull it up now. Remember that
I
shit?
do.
Yes, I do.
God,
I do.
that was so annoying.
I mean, I used to actually love writing in cursive because I actually got it really good.
You got good handwriting?
Which is why I learned my mom's signature so quick.
Wow.
Like I was putting
Oh
her
my
shit
God.
on everything because my mom didn't even try for a signature. She just wrote that
Damn.
shit in cursive, and I said, "Well, bitch, I know cursive." She just made her T different. That's all. Miss Tammy had a big T.
Let's go.
You,
But
you was probably so bad. You was so bad.
I was not a bad child. Ironically,
Miss Tammy, was she bad? Miss Tammy, hit
are
us
you
with
serious?
a,
So you gonna lie?
you
You gonna lie?
stress.
You gonna lie to the people? So ironically,
Yeah.
my choice for Freshly Squeezed this week is not hip hop.
Ooh.
I personally was not. Nothing spoke to me this week.
Oh,
I do want
wow.
to give a shout out though to St. John.
Yep.
St. John dropped Squadron, I believe it was called.
Yep.
Actually good. I liked it.
Actually good.
do
I'm
you-
not surprised. That
I'm
it's
not
good.
surprised it's good. But do you want to know what I listened to right after this? And I felt like it was the same song, which
What?
tell me if I'm wrong. Lucky Days NWA with Dirk.
Oh nah, I didn't think it was the same at all.
No, not the same. Not the same.
It's
but
good.
same
Sounds,
vibe.
they sound good on the playlist together. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
One after the other.
I did one after the other, and I was like, I feel like I'm
the
still
Lucky Day
listening
record.
to St. John. So I do want to give a shout out to Lucky Day dropped a single featuring Lil Durk called
I almost
NWA.
picked this.
I'm gonna play it. This actually isn't my pick.
Okay.
But I did want to play it because again,
haven't heard
first
that.
off, y'all know I love Lucky Day.
No.
But this was just giving. We could talk about it. I know that you
That's
also
a
had Big
handsome
Crit.
man.
Oh, I got Big Crit, baby.
Oh,
I'm about to
you?
play. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna actually jump around then from R&B to hip hop.
And I'm usually not the hip hopper, Mandii.
You're
I'm
not.
surprised. I'm surprised you didn't come with Big Crit today.
This isn't.
I love this song.
It
It's
gives,
Lucky don't really
It's
miss.
so
Lucky
good.
Lucky don't miss, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, first off, he can't miss. Do you see what he looked like?
That's a beautiful man.
Oh shit, wrong. This was giving me St. John, bro.
He could have had St. John on this. It would have been a vibe.
This I needed the remix. Come on, A&R.
Yeah.
Come on, A&R.
We go. Yeah.
So that to me is very much giving, like, it wasn't giving R&B. So I'm cool to start there. I do want to pass the aux to you because I know you're going to do Big Crit.
Yeah.
I actually have an R&B song that I really love and someone that I hope that I'm putting you guys onto. But
Did you put it on the notes? No.
I did put it on the notes. Maybe your notes ain't get updated, girl.
Where?
It's on there.
She was gonna play that, but I don't know where.
No,
it is.
I put that.
You did.
That's me. We
Oh.
don't know who she put in. That's me.
Oh no,
Oh,
I added that one.
Oh my God.
This is me.
That's who she
That's
was.
what
That's
I
who
was
she was
gonna
gonna
play.
play.
Wait,
that's what I
that's
thought you
yours.
was.
That's mine.
Oh my God.
Are we playing the same?
Yes.
Oh my God, y'all are so.
I love her.
I'm so proud that you like that.
I don't like
Or
that.
I think that's dope.
I don't like that you're treating me this way.
I didn't think you would like that.
Listen,
bitch.
it's definitely not something I would have expected from
I
you
love
at all.
I added that.
I added-
Because I looked and was like, oh, I did put it
No,
there.
you ain't put it there. I put it there. That's my
That's what I
choice.
thought you put in there.
Oh.
Sorry, y'all. We're on a shared notes. Everybody's like, put it where? What the fuck?
Yeah,
we're on a shared notes,
we're on a
and
shared
so
notes.
Should I
we
get
just
a
be
different
adding
one?
stuff.
Shout out to iPhone and the notes capability.
But so I know. Well, I was surprised. So my boyfriend and I had a really great.
fact that you're playing Big Crit is
weekend,
crazy to
and
me.
Big Crit. Listen, this album is phenomenal. First of
Okay.
all,
Who else is on it?
let's see who else is on it. I mean, there was only one feature, but I don't even know who this feature is. Roland A.
Okay. Rolling in the deep.
Roland A. is the
Okay.
I don't know. But Big Crit dropped a project called Digital Roses Don't Die, and
I like the
there was a
name.
joint called Road Clean that I love. And if I'm being honest, like no one loves their cars more than men from the South. I've never
They love them more than they
never
women.
in my life seen a population of men that loves, adores, reveres,
There's
worships
names for them.
their cars. Oh yeah, there's a lot of names for them.
They name their
Yes.
cars.
But this is a Big Crit, and this joint is called Road Clean.
Let that rock.
Yeah.
You just ride out to this.
Yeah. Clean.
You know what's crazy about this song? This song makes sense driving in the South.
It does, right?
There's no way you drive this in New York.
Nah, you can definitely
can't
drive this in New York with
Bro,
the windows down. Yeah.
If you're going to Long Island.
No,
bitch,
you
this-
could drive on the FDR, sis. I'd be in the car.
Sitting in, look, Rob, you
It's definitely in the car driving it is. Right, Rob?
to
I'm
me,
not bugging. You could be on a listen.
driving in New York makes you want to play Move, bitch, get out the way.
When you can't drive that fast because there's
Baby.
traffic.
Yeah, you're right. Okay,
This shit
all
is
right.
blasting.
Nah, that was cute. I
That's
like
Big
that.
Crit, Road Clean.
All right.
Love a little hip hop. Let's go, Antoinette. What
Well,
you got?
I think
Oh,
I
I
should
was-
change mine then.
Yeah, change
Okay.
yours.
All right.
I would like to say that. Okay.
Yeah,
we gonna come back. We gonna come back to you.
because I know you're
anxiety
looking
for
over
me
there.
No, I have it.
Okay.
But go
Okay.
ahead. I picked
Okay.
this, y'all.
Yeah.
And Mandy's trying to, because I like this. I like this artist, and I
love
follow
this
her.
artist. So this was actually the artist, and I got put on by.
And she's at the Roots picnic.
She is.
Bitch, I saw.
I'm hyped.
She's a sweetheart. I love her. I did a song with her and Jesse Boykins.
Really?
This subtle flex is brought to you by. So the person that we are discussing is Alex Isley, who is the niece, I believe, to Ron Isley.
Yes.
She is.
Oh, I did not know that.
That's her uncle.
That's her uncle.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, look, you ain't that much. You ain't into like I am.
I just listened to her music.
But this song
love
that
this song.
she dropped this week is called Love Again. And when I tell you, I listen to it, especially just clearly I'm in the feels and realizing like where I want to go. I even had the conversation with my therapist this week. Shout out to Talkspace
Yes.
as well for being a sponsor for this show. But I talked to my therapist this week and realizing that, and even talking about what Sweetie just talked about, I do know how I want to feel again.
Yes.
We talked about that even in
Yes.
terms of goals, not knowing how we want to feel. And I think that we get caught up in the person more than we get caught up in how we just want to feel, either with being with them, when they leave, when they're not around, when you're hanging out, when you're in the bed. And I think that if I'm looking for a goal as to how I want to feel with a person, that's where this song took me in terms of Love Again. Because I mean, a couple months ago when I was ready to be single, I was just like, man, fuck niggas. I ain't never gonna be in a relationship. I'm gonna just be by myself. But then I had to really sit and think about how good he did make me feel. And I was like, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna chase that high again.
And how good you vibrated.
But also, I be chasing the high of these mushrooms. Bitch, I'm gonna chase the high of a man too.
But
So,
I want to be clear, like you were also vibrating on a different level.
100. I felt like I was a different person.
You were.
I felt like I showed up in my best way, as my best self, and I was like, you know what?
And that just
I wanna
wasn't
at least
him. That
continue
was you. That was
It
you
was me.
accessing
That was
that
all
within
you.
And I
you.
realized that through therapy. Like the ways that I showed up, I was like, whoa, I have confidence in who I've become as a woman. Not even who I feel like he made me, but I showed up in ways I didn't think was capable of me, which is why I also valued myself and took the bare minimum and accepted crumbs from so many other men. And so this is literally what my what my therapy session was this week. And it just made me feel good. So when I heard this song, I said, oh, I love it.
I want to challenge you though to try to figure out how to keep vibrating on that level even
while I'm single. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm falling back into my old whole routine. But here we go guys. This is Love Again by Alex Isley. Beautiful song. And I'm gonna let this rock out just a little bit.
It's short.
It's not a long song at all. Y'all got 2.5 minutes of beautiful words.
Interpretive dance by Asante. Me feel like I can love again. Make me feel
good, right?
like I can love again.
Yeah,
Love
that's
it.
Alex Isley and Jack Dine.
She's incredible.
Love Again. She's beautiful. But also, if y'all are like me, I love just saying, hey, Alexa, play Alex Isley radio.
Oh, it's a
It's just a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
With the galaxy lights on some shrooms with some good peen in the bed. It's great. I probably went too deep into that. But Alex Isley.
galaxy lights. That's like the fourth time you two have mentioned that.
You have to
love
get
them.
down with
Girl,
the
you have to
galaxy
get
lights.
down with the
3
galaxy
days.
lights. I ain't even
Yeah,
gonna hold
it's
you.
a game changer.
It's a whole vibe. Mom, I won't put the galaxy lights on now while you're here since you know where they take me.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
I'll leave them off. Bluetooth will not be connected.
My heart just went boom, boom, boom. Okay. I wasn't planning. I mean, it's fine. It's good.
Not you thinking you wrote in the notes what I wrote.
I know. I was like, oh, I did add it. How do you say his name, Bridget? Because you play him already.
Oh, Adekunle Gold.
Adekunle Gold.
Oh wait, but is this the one? But is this the one you played a couple weeks ago?
No, it's not.
It's a different
it's not
song.
that. It's a different song.
Yeah.
But I like this vibe. It's not Sinner. This is with Ty Dolla $ign.
Oh, and I love Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah. This is pretty good. This is
This is cute.
This is cute.
Oh, let me turn my volume up for a child, grandma.
I love how we always feel we have Afro beats everywhere.
Oh,
They need to do an Afrobeat versus.
This is an Afro. You think we're getting a versus?
I
for
would
it?
love an
need to do
Afrobeat
it.
versus.
Burna and Wiz. Let's go.
Wow.
We have to.
Global
No,
phenomenon.
Wow.
I don't know if they have enough money for both of them right now.
They better
Wow.
find it.
They bet they have it. They have
You
it.
think they have it?
They have it.
Yeah, they're gonna charge us $4 again.
Oh, but this is called One Woman.
All right.
Da da. Da da. Mm-mm.
All right.
I love.
Oh, not you doing
It's
a
a nice
turn down, look
vibe,
it.
right?
No,
I
I
love.
do like that. But I mean, we played him now a few times on the pod.
He's dope.
Yeah.
I also do. Y'all know my love for Ty Dolla $ign. I think already. Someone else. That do we have anyone else on the docket?
I mean, I did because I wanted to play this record.
You wanna do
girl.
that one?
Yes.
All right, here we go too, and we'll
gotta
get
play,
into it.
'cause
I'm
it's
not
some-
gonna lie.
it's
I
some-
listened to it. It's a very short song.
It is short. It is very short.
I hated the
hold
messaging.
on,
Go ahead.
let me play it. Let me
Let's-
play
okay.
it. Because I think it's a great
It's
a great
evergreen.
conversation. It's a great evergreen. Because Mandii and I are always we are the staunch don't come to me woman to woman.
Don't woman to woman
Don't
me.
woman to woman me.
You better go talk to your man.
Don't do it, Shirley. So
Barbara, this is Shirley.
yeah, don't. So
Listen to this song. I need you to listen
this
to
song
it.
this song
Could
this
you
song
also
is
pull up
by
the, could you
it's by
pull up the lyrics to
Mahalia.
this actually?
Mahalia has a song called Letter to Your Ex. And I just want to get into the lyrics
Letter
really
to
quickly.
Your Ex.
Yes, because it's a very interesting.
Leave me be, queen. Not your ex.
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
I do want to play it because I think it's really intense.
Yes.
But the lyrics, you gotta pay attention. This is called Letter to Your Ex. Just
She's
yeah,
already laughing.
you already
It's
laughing.
already
Wait
funny.
for it.
Ciao.
Yeah.
Ciao. Girl.
So the
You know
reason
what? And you know what was crazy
mad
in
at
our
the
share
wrong
notes? When you wrote this and with the evergreen, I was like, trash. And I put trash in big caps with the laughing emoji face. Like, get the motherfucker out of here. Like, girl, just say you dealing with a trash ass nigga, not you having to respond to the ex because the ex is still calling. If the ex is still calling, he's still picking up. If you believe that he has moved on and he's now in a new relationship with you, I do believe that at some point,
Sometimes.
cool. Again, I'm not saying all the time.
sometimes
We're not doing all.
because sometimes
We're not doing all.
Sometimes exes are crazy, persistent, and don't really give a fuck, and they just do it. Just
But you know what?
just
As a
to
woman,
see.
then I think
But
that
why
you
are
need to
talking
realize.
to-
Why are you
Why are
talking?
you talking to the
why are
ex?
you
No,
talking?
no. I think you could talk to the ex if you like, yo, listen,
Get Philly on him real quick.
I need you
Yes.
to
There we go.
respect
I need you
me.
to. Yeah.
And what I need from you is, but not what I'm not understanding is you need to you need to back off to give my love a start. Like, bitch, what? Like, yeah, like I just when Maya did Case of the Ex, was that to her man or was that to the girl?
Let me see.
It was to her man. What you gonna do when you can't say no?
That was
the show.
That's the big difference here. I just women got to stop thinking that other women.
By the way, could you
can
pull up
cause your man to like? Women have to. Y'all might not like this, but I have absolutely had.
This is why I wanted to play this song because I knew it was going. I knew it was going to spark some good conversation.
Been on both sides of this, so I have had the conversation but I hit a woman up and was like,
you went to a woman?
I hit a woman up but my conversation with her was, hey, I had no idea that y'all were in a relationship and X, Y, and Z happened, and I'm sorry that I disrespected your relationship.
I had somebody do that to me.
Right, and so she appreciated that, right? Mm-hmm. I've also been on the other side of like, yo, you're wild disrespectful, and my man and I've had conversations about it. I've been in the room where he's told you to chill. He's blocked your number. You're still talking to him, and you might get fucked up on sight, queen. So it's just like respectfully, but
I might wash you up.
But the first conversation was with him of like, okay, so what's happening here? Like, why does she have that access
can I ask both
to
of y'all
you?
at any point? Is that not something where? I understand how you felt like you need to let her know you would wash her the fuck up. But at any point, is that not a conversation where you go to him and say, yo, check that bitch? Like, as the new woman, why do you even feel the need to talk to the ex?
If he didn't do anything, then no, I'm not going to be like on some check that. I mean, I had a woman who, I was laying in bed with my man. We were looking at stuff online on his phone. And
that little
how the thing
up.
came down, and she said, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Interesting." And it was like 2:00 in the morning, and so I got quiet and I looked at him, and he was like, "Okay." He was like, "That's somebody that I used to deal with. I don't know why she's hit me up." I said,
"Nigga,
respond."
You know why?
I said, "Respond."
Oh, wait, did he?
He was like, "What?" And I was like, "You should respond." And he was like, "What do you want me to say?" I said, "No. You respond accordingly." I'm not. Let me see how you respond.
I love to go ahead and respond
accordingly. Wait, what was his
response? You should know what the fuck
his
accordingly is.
Hey, it's really late. I don't know how appropriate this is. Obviously, I'm sitting right there, and she said, "Well, I know." She wrote and she said, "I know." But she is in a relationship as well. She said, "I know. I just can't stop thinking about laying in the nook, in like the nook of him." And I said, "Okay." And I said,
Respond accordingly.
And he said, "I have a lady. This is inappropriate." And so I'm not mad at him. How am I mad at him? I ain't no beef with you. Now, if she continues, sis, I saw what he said. You might we might have to have words again where you're clear that like this is an issue. You're disrespecting my relationship. And then if it continues, it's like.
Then if it continues.
Okay, you guys, right? Like, what are you doing?
I mean, and I'm not mad at him. And there's a couple things to consider, right? And I say this because, number one, the level of grace and compassion that this girl has is wild to me because I don't have it. But I commend. But I will.
Where did you get it from, sis?
I will say I commend her though because she's trying to relate to this woman in the sense that like I understand the trauma, and that's why I said maybe it's not always
take. Wow,
it's not always because it's not always as simple as like the man checking her. Because I've definitely had situations even dealing with currently where my man had to be real nasty and disrespectful and low key call this girl out her name to get her to stop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like sometimes women don't take the fucking hint and chicks don't care. And it was to the point where he had to say, you know why we don't take the hint. We don't care. My girl don't play that. So play if you want to. I already fucking told you what it was. Play if you fucking want to now, bitch. Because now you getting it. Now you got me fucked up and you got my girl fucked up.
Yeah, but women don't take the hint because a lot of times too, the same way men believe that they can always come back, men can do a lot of things to women, and women will still put up and deal with them.
Yeah.
So like, if you call me out, you call me a bitch, nigga, I'm gonna call you a bitch ass nigga, and guess what? 3 months later, we fucking again. Like the level of disrespect that a lot of people.
But that's also why I say
overlook.
it's not as simple as a man checking a girl
It's not.
and being
You're right.
Because sometimes bitches just don't care. But
They
also
don't.
a lot of
You're right.
girls, and listen, after watching Jocelyn's Cabaret, a lot of girls can't fight, and a lot of girls are not with the shits.
Oh, bitch, I learned that living in Miami.
A lot of
Let
girls
me tell
don't
y'all,
really want smoke. A lot of girls don't, and this is a girl who doesn't
wasn't
want no
trying to
smoke.
fight.
But don't you think it's a little strange?
Yeah.
There comes a time when you gotta let my love start.
That's a terrible line.
That's an awful line.
I
That's a
think it's
terrible
so
line.
strange because it's like she doesn't have control over that. And I think that this woman, while I applaud her compassion, and her trying to relate to her and like let me relate to you in a way where
Like,
you can
think,
like why do this to me. But I also am really confused by she's giving so much power
to
over
this girl.
this ex-girlfriend.
To this girl.
But do you know
Woman.
how many women do that? A lot of women get in relationships. I mean, to me, we saw the same thing happen with Summer Walker. You're sitting here constantly arguing with all the other baby mamas.
Yeah.
You're constantly arguing with other women who are involved with the person that you're laying up with every night. Like, a lot of women feel the need to react to the ex-girlfriend. And that's why I asked both of you. To me, that's a man's doing. And you're a bit delusional if you're now involving all of his exes into your current relationship.
You're gonna hate this. So when
Not I'm gonna hate it, bitch.
I think both of you will.
You probably will.
The last time, my last relationship that I was in, my most recent relationship.
Yep,
years
I hated
ago.
that.
So I found out
damn.
that he had cheated on me on Instagram.
Wait, how?
Because there was a certain woman who was always liking all of our stuff, and I met her and I had bad energy. She looked at me like she saw a ghost when I ran into, and they were together. But they weren't together, but it was like a group of people, but it was
She was
the
around.
energy. And
She was around.
my family caught it, my cousin caught it, everybody caught it. And I was like, I've seen this girl before. And so long story short, I ventured to her page and my crazy ass scroll and saw her in his bed, like butt naked. And he took the picture and she posted it. And so I saw that and it was like, ooh, like boom, it gutted me. And so I reached out to her.
I know that feeling all too well.
I reached out to her and was like, I said, and I didn't expect much from her, but I just wanted to shame the fuck out of her. And I was like, hi, this is ex's girlfriend. I just want to say, like, and I sent her own picture. And I was like, I just want to say, like, I hope that when you fall in love the way I did, that the women in your life respect it. And don't do this. I said, because I don't wish what I feel on my worst enemy.
Right.
You know what she said to me?
What?
She responded and she said,
All right, queen.
She said, bitch, that's what she said to me.
She said, bitch. She started with bitch.
She said, bitch, bitch, that she said that was up to him whether or not he was gonna honor your relationship. That's none of my business. And I was like, wow.
So now when I see you, I'm gonna slap fire out your ass for calling me a bitch.
You know what I said?
So now I'm just wax that ass.
I said, heard you. It's on site.
Right.
Because now, like, I tried to relate to you. I tried to be like,
nah, but you also just called me a bitch as if
I didn't even care about that.
Nah,
it was
that
more
would've
so
been it for
like
me.
you, like you're.
we not friends.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
I would have
your
probably.
humanity didn't.
Do you know what's crazy?
Like, how did you read that?
That didn't trigger humanity.
Right, like,
that
how
didn't
did
trigger.
you read that and be like, damn, like I wanted you
Like,
to, I
sorry,
really wanted
sis.
her not to do that again to someone else. Like I really did.
A bitch who felt bad wouldn't have said
like-
anything. She just wouldn't have said anything.
Oh, nah.
A bitch who really felt bad wouldn't have responded.
I'm
She didn't feel
not
bad.
even gonna hold you. I wouldn't have started off with bitch, but I would have been like, hey sis, and said the same shit. You need to check
crazy.
him. I mean, it's
definitely you need to check him.
I'm not gonna lie, but I've been the other woman before.
He was getting checked. He was the first call.
I mean, but to be fair, and I've said that in me being the other woman, as a woman, often, like, and I know this sucks. Oh, and this is tragic. This is trash. I'm a trash ass woman. Cool.
I don't think you're trash.
I don't
I've
think you're trash either.
But real quick, I've been the side woman, and to me, I didn't make vows with you. I have no loyalty to you. I don't know you. If I see you around, bitch, I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't know you.
But why? Why don't you?
But to me, here's the thing.
Can you answer that?
But
though?
yes, because here's the thing. The why has nothing to do with you. We sat here and talked.
That's not my. That's not my
That
why.
wasn't the question.
Ask
The
your
why
question.
is why don't you care about me as another woman? Why isn't there just
Are you ready?
innate care?
Are you ready?
I don't even think it's why you don't care. I think it's why are you okay?
You ain't
That's not the right question because she's asking the wrong question.
Ask me the right question.
That's
Ask me
truly
the
my
right question.
question.
That's the
I
wrong
will be
question.
honest
That's my
with you.
question for
You know
everyone. Why
you know
don't you care?
Because as much as I love and I stand for women empowerment and I stand for a
Do
lot
you?
of. One moment, let me tell you. Before a woman, you are human. And guess what? I don't have an emotional connection to all human beings on this fucking earth. I'll be fucking completely honest with you. So therefore, guess who comes first? One moment. Guess who comes first? And guess how most people should think. Guess who comes first? Me.
No.
One moment.
Agree with that.
One moment. That's fine if you don't. My feelings, what I'm trying to get out of life, what I'm trying to get out of my existence here on this earth comes first. And unfortunately, we've seen men leave wives for the next woman. We've seen people leave jobs for the next job. We've seen people be introduced to new friendships and that new friendship blossom more than the friendship or the person that introduced you guys. Mm-hmm. And so to me, if I am living this life to fulfill or get out of it what I want, I'm sorry. And I said this, and if y'all listen to No Jumper, the reason why this podcast is here today is because though someone else got hurt during all of the things that happened, this meant something to me. And if I sat here and lived my life based on how I thought everyone else felt around me, I would be unfulfilled. And so in terms of me dealing with men who may have other women, XYZ, that person, that man made that oath, that vow, that commitment to you. He did not make it to me. And so if he's stepping out on that, unfortunately, that man is not for you. Because if that's not what you want, then that's not the man for you. So to sit here and blame the woman involved,
nope, I'm not blaming you. Let me be real. Can I be really clear about what I'm trying to say?
100%.
I am not blaming the woman. And not, he has all of the responsibility. But what I'm saying is the way I operate is that I feel responsible for how my actions affect everyone around me. I feel that I can move through this world and with integrity and without being reckless to the point where I disregard the effects of my own behavior. There are real consequences. The reason why I sat there in front of fucking my dream, my child dream, Allen Iverson, and said, "Where is your wife?" is because I don't know that woman from a can of paint. But the way my mind operates is I don't ever want to be the cause of any kind of pain. No, he is willing to do whatever he is willing to do, but I control my actions, my integrity. How do I sleep at night? This is me. How do I operate?
With the galaxy lights and Alex Isley playing on me.
But that's the thing is that I think that as we move through this world and as we continue to move through this world, again, not connected to our humanity, and not feeling responsible for each other's well-being, emotionally, spiritually, all the ways, we're going to keep having this. Well, and it makes me, I have to be honest, like, it breaks my heart to hear that. Because, Mandii, you are one of the most loving, one of the most, you ride, like, loyal, you ride for me in ways that I'm like, wow. And I think that it shocks me to hear that because I'm like, I don't think that is in alignment with who you are, that you don't give a fuck. Well, I think I don't think that that's reflective of the love that you offer. I don't think it's reflective
to the people that I choose to give that to. And it's not to everybody.
But I also think that the arc of this conversation is more centered around the fact that everybody is responsible for their choices, right? And I think the one thing that we're responsible for as human beings is understanding and being able to apply the idea that you can make a decision that is the best for you without it being at the expense of anybody else. There's always a choice. So if you're choosing to make a decision that works for you at the expense of someone else, that's a character and integrity question. It just is. Only because there's always another choice. So it's like as much as we're gonna put all the shit on men for being trash ass men and horrible husbands and horrible but fucking betraying partners for just being shitty. The other side of that thing The other side of that thing is if you are a willing participant in the fuckery, then you're aware that you're choosing the fucker. You're also choosing fuckery. So you could be, for all of the many men that are out here, for all the fish in the sea, all the shellfish too. Sorry, sis. For all the fish in the sea.
Shout out to the shellfish.
For all the fish in the sea. For all of the men to be out here. For the one that you chose to fulfill you, to be at the expense of somebody that you don't know and that sit right with you, to me is why I think there is a little bit of a character question, right? Which I don't think is the same thing as extending the grace and the love and the compassion that Mandii has for the people that she loves. I don't think anyone that she doesn't love is entitled to that type of treatment.
But also,
I agree with her
I'm
on
petty.
that.
As soon as I don't rock with you, I don't rock with you.
It's that simple. And it really doesn't take much, right? It's a simple, as soon as you peep somebody's character.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, don't take much.
No, it doesn't. As soon as you peep somebody's character, you're like, nah, I'm good. I know exactly where you stand.
But it's like I have been in a situation where I had a girlfriend who was actively involved with a man who was engaged, who's still engaged, right? Oof. And it was, and I would be like, wow, and she'd be like, I don't give a fuck. These niggas don't care. Da da da. She had gotten her heart broken, and then she was dating somebody, and then he cheated on her, and she was so upset. And I remember holding her and thinking like, you still don't deserve this, like this pain that you feel. But and I remember letting her heal a bit, but bringing that back and being like, you don't want to cause this, because she went back to the guy.
Wow. To
the guy who was engaged. I was like, you don't want to cause how you felt. Do you really want to? Like, I would never want that for you, Mandii. I would never, which is why I look to women, to men, to all folks. Hold yourselves accountable. They can't do this dirt if you don't engage in it. I would never want that for you, Mandii. And guess what? If it happened, I'd be right there by your fucking side.
Because I would definitely be ready to meet a bitch outside.
Right. I'll be right there by your side.
I'm still the pull-up friend. If Mandii were to call me and be like, hey, we need to pull up on somebody. Okay, say less. Let me go ahead and.
So I was that person until I went to jail last month. Normally,
and got charged, and actually got charged with assault,
and a bitch got charged,
and a bitch got charged without actually assaulting somebody.
I used to be the pull-up friend until. And what's crazy is, Rob, I was gonna ask you for more time, but something that I wanted to let you guys know is because we are now at 2 episodes a week, you guys are going to get Antoinette once a month. So we are announcing that here. Let me get a round of applause because we did have a lot of other things we wanted to get to.
Be a hot girl.
I don't know about that. Unless your allergy changed, sis. I don't know.
Unless your allergies change, and unless we go to Texas and find you a cowboy with bootcut jeans.
With bootcut jeans. Because nigga, you're not getting bootcuts in New York.
Kendrick came out in the bell bottoms. I said, a king.
Kendrick is also 5'5", Antoinette.
I don't care.
Antoinette, you do.
King.
You do care. Oh, you cool with a 5'5" king? If you are a 5'5" king,
Kendrick
slide
married with a
into
kid.
Antoinette Was Here DMs, or you could also check her out on ATW Curls. Just type in Around the Way Curls. But
and if you can't spell, you just shouldn't slide in her
Around
DMs.
the Way Curl, like that is
a
not
lot
hard.
of people. Listen,
that is
Bridget,
not.
I'm gonna pee on myself because I know what you're talking about.
There's a lot of people that don't value punctuation, and if you are one of those people. If you're one of those people that wholeheartedly, passionately subscribes and commits to run-on sentences, Antoinette is not your queen.
And those really aggressive exclamation points, those red ones,
I like them.
They give me stress. I be like, why are you yelling at me?
I know, it feels like caps. It's like you're yelling in all caps. Why?
Y'all sound like straight
like knock it off.
Talking about, don't use the exclamation points emojis with me.
I love the exclamations. Bring me the passion. I'm here for the passion.
Also, before we get out of here, it is still Black History Month.
That's right.
Before we get out of here,
what you got on?
Well, yes,
you
and I want
to do TV.
Well, we're gonna do it next time you come with us.
Okay.
Because
damn, we gotta
all those damn shows.
I know, but that's why I'm like, you know what? Maybe we'll bring you in. Maybe I don't know if you want to come again Thursday. Tell your job they gotta hold on.
I'm gonna get fired.
But no, we didn't talk about TV. But for those of you watching, again, this is the Biracial Brigade, and
oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Seriously, because one of the movies that I would implore anyone watching who, even if it is just lighter skinned, there's a movie on Netflix called Passing with Tessa Thompson, and we want to get into that conversation. And
Ruth, what's her name? Ruth Negga.
Yes, and
Ruth
I
Negga.
wasn't gonna rush it with us because I believe that the
it's a very deep.
No, it's a deep conversation. I didn't want to just do it in 10 minutes. But if you guys have the time, the next time Antoinette joins us on the couch, as 3 biracial women with white mothers, the concept of passing and in certain eras, what that meant for Black women being able to choose kind of how they could live in society. I wanted to get in on that. But because again, it's Black History Month, I wanted to leave off with shouting out Black-owned businesses. If you guys don't mind, if you guys have been seeing me with my nose rings, that is Queen Midas Gold. Shout out to Milan. You can get that at Sika's, which is in Leimert Park in LA. But also
shout out to Sika.
But also, if you're watching on YouTube,
community legend.
This is an artist from North Carolina. He is called Duga Art. And what's crazy is I found him on Twitter. Let me make sure I give you guys his right. It's amazing. He has this in print canvas sweatshirts. Duga, DOOGA_art. His art is phenomenal. And what's crazy is I found him on Twitter. Also, he's fine. So I said, does the artist come with the art? But his work is so great. And he was selling like this massive painting for like $1,500. And all I saw was all of the responses saying, you can charge more than that. You can charge more than that. Why are you charging so less? Why are you charging so little? You should be charging more. And what's crazy about that is, and we'll talk about Kanye on Thursday.
Yep.
But the idea that so many people assume artists should charge more, and if you're not buying it and supporting an artist when he's selling it for the little, don't sit here and say his art is worth more, because a lot of us charge based on demand.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring this up because you have me wanting to get an artist based on the art in your home.
Oh yeah, I love art.
And
I just stole a piece from Black.
And what's crazy about that is, Antoinette was like, yo, you probably could have got this years ago for the low, but now that he's so popular, it's gonna cost you. And that's the thing, like artists,
which I love.
Could you give the name of that artist, by the way, because I want to get his work.
He's not Black, but so I don't know if he wanted me to say
you're right.
it
Never mind.
During the segment.
We're not honoring white kings in this.
But no,
he's
the
really
artist is so
talented.
beautiful, and it's damn. So is he?
That which is really interesting. He is a white South African. He's a Afrikaan, and he actually they let him into. There's the Osu folks in Ethiopia, which they are completely off the radar. They do not have running water. They do not like.
And thank God he did not bring any disease to them.
Well, that's a point. But they for them to allow him to come in and photograph them.
Could you get his name so we could pull
David Ballum is his name.
Please look.
He has really beautiful prints. BALLAM. And
just go to his art. Oh my God! When I tell you, I walked into her home. Look at this.
Yeah, his pieces are gorgeous. That's the one I have. Omu. It's not Osu. I don't know what I said.
Look at
that's beautiful.
Beautiful.
But they are,
and in the wood frames, like she has such wonderful art in her home.
Nice.
And I want to encourage, like,
and that's not that expensive.
Depending on the size.
That's pretty large. That's a pretty large
that's not the
piece.
You normally go to the size of it. Look at the prices.
This is also to be clear. I want to be really clear. In order for your art to appreciate, you want to get original prints,
and it's limited.
And a lot of these are canvas and they're reprints, and they do not appreciate in value. So you want to get it.
Though.
Yes, you want to get it. It'll come with a certificate. He'll sign it.
Oh, okay.
It'll show
this
you.
This is the print.
That you
this
have like 20 of 16 or 20 of 60 that were ever printed. But the other thing is that,
because I was like, $2,000 is not that bad,
but that's because it's framed.
It's just a stretch,
and that's canvas.
Not $2,000.
I think I remember.
Mine didn't cost that much from him. To be clear, you can get his prints. He'll ship them to you. The shipping costs a little bit, and then what's expensive is when you get it framed.
Yeah, when you get it framed, because I remember I brought a painting home from Nigeria and for my mother, and she paid like $1,000 to frame it.
I was about to say I still got something from Cambodia. I have the
click in that one, Asante. The Omu.
So beautiful. Look at this.
That's beautiful.
This is the art that I was like, I want this in my next home.
But the fact that they even let him in to like talk to them,
it's pretty phenomenal.
So really, I because they did, I just feel like there's a certain amount of of self-awareness
Maybe
that he has to have about himself, you know, and so I appreciate it.
What Black businesses would you guys like to shout out before we get out of here?
I would like to shout out the Sable Collective, which is my business partner and my best friend's business.
Talk your shit.
Shanti, it's the business, the Sable Collective in Philly. It is a boutique where you can get all things. You can get your sage, you can get earrings, and it's all stuff that's curated by women of color. So
I love that.
Look at Lynn, look at it. It's all for the people, by the people.
Yeah.
It's super dope.
That's cool.
But yeah, check them out. They're online. They were in the gallery, and then COVID hit, and she was like, I don't need to be in no fucking gallery. I'm selling just fine. But those fire ass army fatigue jackets that are, none of them are alike. So it's, yeah,
I'm gonna get one.
Shout out to the Sable Collective.
That's dope.
And what about you? What about you, friend?
I mean, I'm wearing a really comfortable pair of cactus joggers that were designed by Salehi. Salehi.
Go ahead, move your laptop so the people on YouTube
know.
can see
Show
them.
off, queen.
It's giving. Oh, I just knocked my water bottle. It's giving. They're all dirt. It's just joggers covered in cactus. It's like
I love
cactus
it.
and plants. A lot of succulents, which are dope. And yeah, I mean, Salehi is or was the creative director of Versace Men's.
Right.
Oh, shoes.
Right.
I'm like the Sable Collective.
The shoes,
Versace.
No. I mean, he's a black man, and he also is a designer of his own. He had designed some Crocs earlier this year that everybody went fucking apeshit for. Crocs, yes, Crocs. That were on StockX
Not Birkenstocks.
for like $3,000. Crocs.
I might get Crocs.
Like $3,000 Crocs.
next.
So in the summertime, we need you to not wear those for the first date.
Yeah,
No Crocs, no Birkenstocks.
We're gonna work on this.
We're gonna work on this for you.
You don't have to be a hot girl, but you're not gonna be a not girl.
You are not.
I'm gonna wear my Birkenstocks.
No, and this is why you're gonna remain single. We're gonna get you
to
something
the
else.
farmer's market, not on the date.
No, but she pulled up to a basketball game in Birkenstocks. Even. Come on.
What were you? Why?
Because I didn't go home to change. We had went to
so then that's
brunch,
different.
And I was like, you
Okay.
already saw me today.
But
I'm not going
Birkenstocks
to
to brunch?
I mean, listen,
I walked.
I love a Birkenstock to
You
brunch.
could've
I don't
done a
mind a
Kitten
Birkenstock.
Hill.
Not a Kitten Hill.
I walked.
No, a
to the
Kitten
brunch.
Hill is giving auntie to brunch.
You're
Let's
right.
not do a Kitten Hill.
Absolutely.
But I will say that
Birkenstock giving grandma.
Yeah, it is.
It was. I had a sundress on. It hugged my
Oh, that's
body.
cute.
Like, yeah, it was.
That's cute.
It was giving like ethereal, bohemian. But then I had like door knockers on too. I was like, this is who I am.
There is a man out there that is going to love and adore,
And he's
I
wearing
can't wait.
bootcut jeans.
Birkenstocks and door knockers
All
together.
right.
We love you.
For that, we're gonna go ahead and head out of here. We have a lot to talk about the next time you come over, but of course
Thank
we're
y'all
getting out
so
to
much.
this. No,
And
thank
also,
love being
fuck
here.
everybody's exes. They're an ex for a fucking
They
reason.
are. Thank you.
Okay.
Also, if you guys do not know, make sure you follow and support this show on
Yeah.
Patreon. Patreon.com/SeeTheThingIsPod. But also, if y'all want to see me and Antoinette this summer, get your tickets now for Roots Picnic. We will be on the podcast stage. I will be there for Horrible Decisions. Bridget will be there with me, though.
Hell
She
yeah.
gonna be right by my side, bitch.
Okay.
You need to
and
hop on the stage.
I'm gonna make her jump up
To
for
a
the twerk
fucking
contest.
dance.
I mean,
That's Cypher.
if Jasmine needs a background
You know,
singer,
I
I already told her I was going.
Listen,
I said,
I was like, I know
do my
Antoinette.
tail.
I was
And
like,
she was like,
I
bitch,
will-
I will tackle you. I was like,
I could bring my own
Okay.
SM58. Okay, a bitch will be back there. Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo.
her
Guys,
background
we
singers
hope
are
that
so
y'all
Oh, they're fire.
enjoyed
No, they're fire.
episode
They're fire.
70.
She got new ones.
What is this episode?
Damn.
What is
76.
this? 76 of See the Thing Is Pod.
Wow.
Y'all, this is Mandii and Bridget, and we will be back again on Friday's episode of See the Thing Is Pod. And guys, we have an announcement coming Friday, so make sure you tune in for that episode.
We sure do.
We sure do.
It's just as, if not more exciting than Maya in these rhinestone denim outfits.
She killed this video.
Okay.
She did.
We had,
She did.
listen, rhinestone denim had every black girl in the
Us in the
chokehold
chokehold.
in the early 2000s, okay?
Just
and I'm
like-
here for it.
Just like Spirit and Frontier. Shout
Fear
out
it.
to you guys.
Feared Airlines.
Bye, guys.
What is it that she wants?
What is it that she needs?
I
she
remember
hear
getting a
about
broom in the house and trying to do this.
Right.
I was so hyped, like
We were all like,